Was it all for nothing? Was it all for nothing? Those memories. Was it all for nothing? Was it all for nothing? So was it all for nothing? If I stay, would you run from me? If I go, would you be happy in the end? So was it all for nothing? Was it all for nothing? Those memories. Was it all for nothing? Was it all for nothing? So was it all for nothing?
Welcome to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. Today we're here for the Esports Rumble, where talented all-star teams of Esports Tower compete every 2 weeks in standalone tournaments. Tonight we wrap up our Week 3 Rumble in the Cup stage. I'm your host, Jacob Gem Palmer, joined by Artie Nerdy Rain to call all the action. Artie, we're done with the group stage. Now that all the teams have been placed and ranked, we are going to play 3 Cup matches determining those ranks. And the thing that's interesting about this week is that all of those matches are going to be best of 7s. Now, you who have had quite an extensive history competing in esports, tell me kind of what's the difference mentally when you're doing kind of a long match versus a short match versus a long match, which is what the Rocket League players are going to be playing tonight.
Okay, so within the realm of Overwatch that you're referencing for at least myself and my teammates, we have had one tournament series that had us compete in a best of 7 finals match, well, best of 7 finals match, and that was multiple series of games that day. So there was, I believe, 2 or 3 of best of 7 games that took place. It spanned like the entire night. We did not get home till 11 o'clock, and needless to say, going from what was a standard best of 5 at most in most tournaments to a best of 7, those 2 extra games made such a huge difference on the mental stamina department of everyone across the board. We were extremely exhausted by the time we hit the 5th game, because that's typically where you are putting in that extra little bit of effort to make it through to the end, whereas in this case, those extra 2 games means you have to spread out your effort across all of them equally to ensure you are giving maximum effort for a grand total, in this case, of 35 minutes straight of Rocket League, in comparison to what these players are used to in a best of 3 series being 15 minutes, and that's not even including the possibility of overtime in these cases. So good luck to all of you, and I hope you have plenty of water with you.
Well, let's take a look at how these finals will work this week. We are going to have 3 Cup games showcased for you. The first one is going to be the Octane Cup, followed by the Fennec Cup, and then the Breakout Cup. Both of those, the first Cup is going to showcase the highest 2 seeds out of the group. The second Cup is going to be the second highest, and then we're actually going to go to the 4th highest seeds for the Breakout Cup. So kind of an opportunity for those teams to show their talent, even if they didn't do too well in the group stage. Looking at the 6 teams that are going to be here with us tonight, we have the Ghosts, the Barracudas, the Swerve, the Vipers, as well as the Fuqua Falcons and Milford High, and we're going to be starting with the Breakout Cup. As I said, that is the 4th ranked seed, so kind of the lower bracket, but still giving these players a chance to shine. And as we get ready to start the first match, we want to remind our friends on Twitch to support your team, celebrate their success, but be respectful to other fans. Mod will remove anyone who violates the chat rules. And before we get into our match, we of course have the keys to the game that we like to hand out to all of our players. Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League, and that's to create mistakes, punish the overcommit, don't overstay, and bump and dynamo to disrupt. Those are Doc's keys to the game, brought to you by Esports Tower. You can score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Alrighty, kicking things off tonight with our Breakout Cup, we will have the Falcons facing off against the Vipers in a best of 7 series. So let's get into it as soon as we can. We are ready for the Fuqua Falcons against the Esports Tower Vipers. And overall, it's kind of interesting to see the Vipers, you know, at this early in the tournament, not kind of being the top seed.
I honestly not trying to take the spotlight away here from the Esports Tower teams. I'm excited to see the Falcons, because this is a brand new high school team for us to see this evening.
Well, here we go. We are jumping into the match. We did not get to see any of the games from Group C last week, but the Falcons looked strong in that group. Heading into this Cup game, they have to take on the Vipers, who've been working hard and improving as a team. That really started to show in the group stage last week. This should be a closely contested match, as right now we got a shot in the upper right. It's gonna go in. The Fuqua Falcons with Skirms, I believe, is gonna be getting the first one.
Their names are very creative, so apologies in advance if I mispronounce any of them. I'm already bad at English, and I'm pretty sure some of these are made up.
Well, here we go with the next kickoff. It's gonna be going in the favor of the Vipers. Over toward the Falcons' goal. We're looking for the setup here with KD KD's going to try to set it up for his teammates. Just goes a little bit too high, but follow out from Bagel there. Now KD's looking to stop this clear here. Is going to grab the boost in the middle. Nice flick up and over, but it's going to be stopped by the Falcons once again. The Falcons now have their side control.
Bagel did a nice job of jumping into that passing lane and corralling the ball down, sending it over to one of their teammates on the side. However, trying to pinch it off that side did allow Scrumps to get a little bit of a touch on it and send it back towards the side of the Vipers. It's out here in the corner. Bagel's trying to take it away from Human there. And Freedom does manage to get possession of it, but is that Troita? I'm going to say Troita from here on out. Did get a shot on goal, and then the ball Scrumps, unfortunately, was just a little bit too high as we see a demolition come out. However, the Falcons have not given up as there's an air dribble happening now from Human right in front of the goal, but I think it bounced off the ground just a little bit too far to one side.
Now Human is going to push it back, maybe set it up for Scrumps here to take it. Scrimps, excuse me, as we see Bagel trying to contest mid-air. He's not really going to quite get the better of that one like he wanted. KD now going to be setting it up. Stopped by the Falcons. Now it heads back to midfield. Bagel is hanging out there, making sure he doesn't leave the goal open. It's going to be contesting with Human, who just goes flying right past it, giving the opportunity for the clear here. And right over...
No!
Not quite getting the goal they wanted there.
We've got Torito who's retreating, grabbing that corner boost, playing it above their own goal. Risky situation to be in. It did bounce off of one of the Falcons there. Freedom was taken, is now trying to corral the ball down in front of the Falcons' goal. They do lose possession here, but KD with a follow-up, trying to play it off the wall to one of their teammates. Maybe Bagel can get this one into the goal. They've managed to play it around one, but Torito will steal it away and send it to the mid.
Trade now trying to get it clear, but it's grounded by was taken. Bagel's going to leave it. Ooh, gets demoed there by the Vipers. KD is going to be in the corner, still looking for his clear. Is going to be air dribbling it past one. Now gets stopped by the Falcons. Bagel, though, stopping that clear. He's going to be able to get back the side control. Now might be looking for a center, but Traita is able to gain possession of it. Leaves it for Human, actually, and it just goes flying right past him. KD is going to keep the ball in that corner as the Falcons look for their next play.
We've got Scrumps sending it over to, I believe that was Human there in the corner. Unfortunately, was taken, did get into that passing lane, get a shot on goal. The follow-up from Bagel, though, was not there. They were just a little bit too high. Now, all three members of the Falcons are trying to get possession in the corner. Scrumps is taking it up the side. It gets spiked high from a pinch between them and one of the other Viper players. It's still over here on the side of the Vipers, but Scrumps is choosing to retreat to allow Human to come forward and hopefully steal the ball away here from KD, and they managed to do that with a shot on goal that's turned away by Bagel.
Oh, but look at the follow-up there from Traita. Is going to give the Falcons another goal here. See, Bagel, we actually had was taken going right back in the goal there, but placed himself too far back inside it to be able to turn around in time. That's going to give the Falcons a nice lead there.
Ooh, Bagel does win that kickoff nicely, but Human read it well, stole it off the ground, now taking it in, trying to drop it down into the goal. Was taken, though, grabs it in mid-flight, trying to battle it away from Human there in the corner. KD trying to drop down and prevent this ball from easily sliding into the goal. It was collided by two of the Falcons players there, resulting in it now being at the midfield. Let's see if it was taken, can take it all the way. Unfortunately, Human will grab it from them before they can do that. Now it's still in front of the Vipers' goal. Torita is trying to corral it down here in the corner with KD hot on their tires, and was taken. We'll get a little bit of a touch on it to allow it to stay here at the mid.
Both these teams had strong games in the group stage. They should match up against each other really well, although the Falcons having a nice, comfortable lead as we head down to 15 minutes. Doesn't really look like the Vipers are going to be able to make much of a play there. And that's going to be the final nail in the coffin, with Traita getting that third goal.
That was borderline a perfect demolition to create an opening. A little bit too early there coming out from the Falcons, but it still worked in their favor. And with 9 seconds left, Jem, I think you're right. The Vipers may not be able to catch this one up.
Well, we didn't get to see any of the Group C games last week, so this is our first time seeing the Falcons on stream. They have looked strong thus far, making a great first impression. Going to make it 1-0 there. The Falcons definitely having what they need. Unique gamer tags and all. But overall, what was the main thing that you think you saw there that propelled the Falcons upward, so to speak?
Granted, it wasn't solid 100% of the time because there was, especially in those in that last minute, I saw at least 2 times where the Falcons kind of bunched up on both sides. All 3 members were in the same general quadrant of the field, so to speak. Their rotations and making sure that someone was waiting at the midfield and stopping a lot of the clears that were coming out from the Vipers was a strong suit of the Falcons, but the Vipers did a great job at that as well. Their follow-ups were also on point, but unfortunately the accuracy needed to get the ball where it needed to be in the goal was just not there, and so that just comes with time. But the more shots you take, the higher the odds are that you'll score ones. They just got to keep doing that and getting more goal-scoring opportunities. And I do think the Vipers unfortunately got demoed more than the Falcons did. I think out of the 3 demolitions, 2 of them were on the Viper side. So they need to allay some of those demos, as the old Doc's keys to the game would say.
Well, it's interesting that you would bring up accuracy, because that is actually the main thing that the Vipers have been committing themselves to in trying to improve, is that they've been working on their individual mechanics and shooting consistency in the last few weeks. And we'll see how that pays off for them as we're ready to jump into the second game here, as the Fuqua Falcons have an early lead 1-0, but like we said, this is a best of 7 weeks, so there is plenty left to play in this series. Let's jump into game number 2, see if the Vipers can't tie this up. Away we go. First kickoff is going to go in favor of Scrumps there. Going to try to leave it up for Troita, is going to stop in midfield. KD now gains control. H-Man is able to take it away. Again, driving it up the field, going to be trying to center it. Ball is very high, though, to try to get some sort of goal, but that's exactly what they do. A great save from KD.
Now KD has it, trying to take it up the side, but Troita comes in, shoots it straight at the back wall in front of the Vipers' goal. Was Taken is there, trying to get it away from H-Man, who pops it above Was Taken. Scrumps trying to regain possession for their side, unfortunately does lose it there. Bagel looking to make sure no one gets the easy shot on goal here, trying to go after it. Troita comes in again, playing it off that corner, trying to make sure someone can get a follow-up shot. H-Man, though, comes in with the assist from Scrumps to find the first goal of this round.
That's just insane that he's able to get just the right angle. That's beautifully played, especially when the ball has that much altitude. To be able to hit it at an angle just like that, it's exactly what we were talking about, the Vipers trying to improve. The interesting thing is Troita and Scrumps have been standout players for this team during the group stage. They're both huge playmakers and able to pull off clutch plays when their team needs them. Was Taken is not going to get counted out with a dribble like that. And look at this, he's able to fake out 2 of them who double committed there. And just
up over one of them and just keeps going.
That was a very unfortunate double commit by the Falcons there. Especially as I've been saying that Scrumps and Troita are the playmakers. H-Man is the one with 1 goal, is able to hit it off the backboard. Follow-up from Troita. It's going to be saved by KD. Some great communication there from the Falcons. Great effort.
Was Taken now trying to play it around Scrumps. Unfortunately, they could not find the right passing lane. H-Man elevates at the midfield, trying to spike the ball down onto the ground for one of their teammates. It does look like Troita gets another shot on goal. Bagel does save it. Now trying to take it up the side, takes out one of the players of the Falcons there. Actually, no, Bagel got taken out by Scrumps, and a shot on goal will come out from Troita, and that'll be their 2nd goal of the round. And yeah, there could be 2 standout players with just a solid 3rd person who works their way into the mix. Granted, these 2 goals, one of them was definitely H-Man kind of did it all by themselves. But that one, they kind of were more of just kind of a tool to allow it to happen, and we're in the right place at the right time to help the goal go in from their teammates.
Was Taken, talk about being in the right place at the right time. Was Taken, shooting a ball that almost went in from way back past midfield. As I was just going to try to clear it as Scrumps here, just off to the left. Nice pop there, trying to set it up for a Troita. H-Man's waiting take control of this, place it past KD, and is going to maintain that side control. H-Man again with a shot on goal. Saved by Was Taken, but follow-up. It looked like Trader was trying to follow up there, but ended up just flying right past it. That's going to put the Falcons on the defense there. Looked shaky there for a few seconds.
And we do see another demolition come out onto one of the Vipers there. Something you got to watch out for. 3 seconds down. One player is very difficult, as we see H-Man trying to steal the ball away from KD. We do see also Scrumps here at the midfield, making sure there's no easy clearing opportunities for the Vipers, something that I was talking about earlier. Very important as H-Man spikes the ball high off the wall, trying to center it up for one of their teammates. They do collide with one of the Vipers, allowing Was Taken to take it up all the way back towards the Falcons' goal down into the corner.
H-Man, look at that clear, though. That was set right toward the goal. KD is able to save it, pass it off over to Bagel. She might be Was Taken. They're all kind of moving up at the same time, but Bagel hangs back, misses!
Ooh.
And that is tragic for the Vipers.
It looked like Bagel might have just been a little bit too high, and the ball just skidded off the bottom of his car. Yeah. Not much you could have really done there. It's difficult to block some of those shots, and that's definitely one of those difficult to block, as that kickoff, Joida manages to ping-pong it off of one of the Vipers players to gain an advantage here. Now, H-Man trying to play it off the back wall into the net on their own was very interesting tactic there. Did not work out, as we do see KD get 2 back-to-back saves.
KD drives it around the corner. H-Man unable to stop him. Scrumps misses. Traida just gets a little bit of a tap on that, leaving it wide open for Was Taken to push it toward the goal. H-Man elevates it just a little bit. KD now, it's high but slow. For lots of time for it to be pushed off to the corner. Bagel's gonna center it again. Scrumps knows his plan, is gonna leave it for H-Man to get the clear. 1 minute left.
KD spikes the ball high. It does land at the mid, with H-Man using their hood to just tap it down onto the ground. Droida trying to keep this side control alive here over onto the Vipers' goal. Takes a centering pass over to H-Man, who finds the back of the net. This just perfectly used that corner's angle to wrap it flat against the net. And then H-Man comes in and just, as you mentioned earlier, the perfect angle. Beautiful.
Well, with less than a minute left, Vipers, it's a very precarious situation for them. Not really sure they have the time to make back up this lead. Katie's gonna try, though, with a shot on goal, saved by H-Man. Nice follow-up from Was Taken. And that's why you always want to have someone on the back post.
Yes.
Yeah, they both just said, okay, we saved the ball, we're gonna head off to get some boost in the corner there.
Yeah.
And just kind of forgot about the possibility of those follow-ups.
We go into the last 30 seconds here. The kickoff was a nice win there for the Falcons. Was Taken trying to play it off the back wall. After one of the Falcons players hit it, they managed to do that, but it looks like Scrumps passes it to H-Man, who's still in front of the Vipers' goal, and the follow-up to Troida. Somehow, though it looked flat to the goal, does go in.
Well, that's just one of those things. Looked like it might have just,
just enough of a turn there.
Well, the Falcons look like they are heading to their second victory, no doubt.
Well, we got to remember, this is a best-of-7 game, so even though they've won the first 2, the reverse sweep is possible. Even if they win the next game, the odds of a reverse sweep are still possible, especially if, and I'm sorry for the pun, if they gas themselves in the first half of the round.
Play of the game, no doubt, right there with that wittiness. Well, the interesting thing is that one of the teammates, Bagel, was really stood out for the Vipers. And the interesting thing is just joining the Esports Tower Clubs a few weeks ago and is already showing great commitment. So showing a lot of dedication, and it just kind of shows that when we do those reads for joining Esports Tower, it really shows that even if you're new to the program, you can make a lot of ground up in just a short amount of time.
Hey, Bagel, are you trying to catch up to Quez there with never missing a single rumble, never missing a practice, and just dedicating yourself completely to the sport and losing your soul to it? Because if you are, you should definitely stick around and possibly, check out Boise State, because we like people like that.
I mean, we have recruited people from Esports Tower. And so it is great for these players to have those lines of communication open with esports professionals, both in the collegiate and professional scene. And we are going to showcase some more of that talent as we head into the third game of the Falcons versus the Vipers here. Was Taken is going to get that kickoff. Look at KD with the follow-up. Is actually just going to fly right past it as H-Man is going to set it up for Scrumps there. Was Taken pushes it a little bit off to the corner. Clear is going to be stopped by the Vipers again.
KD now trying to, ooh, they do actually fake out H-Man there, but Scrumps did not allow it to happen twice. Now, I think that's Trio who had it there, playing off the side while centering it up for a teammate, but KD sending it all the way back down to the Vipers' goal, just a little bit too far to one side. Is there a follow-up from Free? Unfortunately, it does get disrupted. Now playing it off the Vipers' back wall, H-Man trying to find a centering pass for one of their teammates. It does end up with the Vipers yet again. All three of them, though, the Falcons stacked up onto one side. This might start being where we see them fall apart here.
Scrumps is looking to clear out of their own territory. He's going to leave it for Rita there. The Bagel with a nice shot. It's just a little bit too far to the left, but Was Taken is going to follow up on that on a wide open goal there.
The pace that the Vipers came out in this round in particular in comparison to the last two we just saw, definitely a lot faster. I think if they keep the crazy level of speed and maybe a little bit higher, they can actually win out against the Falcons here.
Here goes Troida trying to get the ground back for the Falcons. He's going to try to play it around Was Taken. Ball high in midfield. Bagel with a little bit of a tap there. Gets answered by Scrumps back toward the Vipers' goal. H-Man is not going to win that 50-50 there. Troida gets a nice push toward the goal. Is actually going to be credited with a shot on goal there, saved by KD. Scrumps pushes it toward the corner. Unable for any centering to come out there. There goes H-Man, though, elevating up, but isn't able to contest with KD.
KD takes it across that midfield stripe, but Troida's there, sends it into the corner. We've got all three members of the Vipers stacked over here. Was Taken, does end up with the ball. It is set to the mid, though, by Scrumps yet again. No one has spread over towards the Viper side, though, from the Falcons, so the Vipers are still in a lot of the side control here as Bagel elevates, dropping it down right in front of H-Man, who will spike it high to Scrumps, who's trying to bullet it into the goal, but two members of the Vipers both come in to send it to the side.
Bagel is able to get a tap there. Oh, look at that from way back midfield. Not expecting that one. That one, I think, was just kind of a clear that turned into a very happy situation. It's actually going to be the equalizer. Was Taken, isn't able to rotate in quick enough, and we're all tied up again.
Was Taken was just a little bit too slow. It happens as we go to this 50-50. H-Man wins it. It goes high into the corner on the Vipers side. H-Man still there trying to play it off the back wall with a fall from Troida, who unfortunately will overdrive it, and then we do see another shot come out from Scrumps. It does get cleared over towards the Falcon side. H-Man taking up the wall, trying to dribble it now through the midfield area. They're going to lose a little bit of their dribble and drop down. Was Taken comes in, shooting it into the corner. Scrubs tries to get possession. With the follow-up there from Troida, it will get disrupted. Shot on goal from Was Taken will be turned away by Scrumps.
KD pushes it off to the corner. H-Man unable to gain control. Scrumps is going to stop that. Bagel answers back, pushes it back to midfield. Oh, but that is a nice steal by Troida there. Fortunately, it's not going to do much for the Falcons as the ball was hit right back toward their goal. Now, I wasn't quite sure how that happened, but
this is when we need an instant replay button that we get.
yeah.
We do have Scrumps now trying to make sure that they are in a centering position from H-Man. They are, but they overdrive just a little bit, so H-Man comes back in to try and be their own follow-up. KD gets a nice clear over towards the midfield. Was Taken pushing forward with Bagel. It does get taken away, though, by Scrumps yet again. Was Taken, stops it from going too far into the Viper side. Bagel now trying to battle it out here to get a nice position to be a centering follow-up shot for one of their teammates, and all members of the Vipers are now choosing to retreat as the clear comes out. Trita trying to play off the wall. It's disrupted by KD and sent back towards the Falcons side.
1 minute left, and it's still tied 1-1. Here goes Bagel, though. He's going to leave it for KD to try to center it. Trita stops the center. He's not going to be looking for the clear. Unfortunate double commit with H-Man there. Leaves it for Bagel. Regain control, set up another shot on goal. And unfortunately for the Vipers, a double commit there is going to stop their offensive push.
KD makes it back towards their side of the field, kind of in the goal box area. Does get it cleared with some help of their teammate. Trita elevates, gets it sent back down to the Vipers corner. H-Man gonna play it off the wall, try to dribble it in the air, dropping it down in front of the goal to try to see when their teammates can be there for the follow-up. They do lose their dribble, though. Now we have a clear coming out from Bagel. Now it's in front of the Falcons goal. Will we see another goal here and prevent us from going into overtime from the Vipers, or will it get cleared? It does by Troita. Was taken, though. Gets the passing lane. If the ball hits the ground, the round is over, and we hit overtime here, and it does. Now it's golden goal. Let's see who ends up getting it, how long this is gonna last.
Was taken, gets the slight better of that kickoff. Scrum's pushing it up the field. Actually stops to kind of let that play go and pick up the boost in the corner. KD's going to try to push it around. Trade is waiting to stop it. Is successful in that.
With a nice shot on goal there. KD now playing it nice and slow, sending it over to Was Taken. Nice give and go coming out. Scrubs, though, spikes it high yet again at the midfield, trying to waterfall it down to their teammate who gets demoed. That's what I like to see, right in front of the goal. H-man shot turned away by Was Taken, but they are trying to prevent it from going too far onto the side of the Falcons. KD is there to stop it at the midfield stripe. A double commit comes out from the Falcons. All three members corralled here in the corner. All three members of the Vipers, though, in front of their own goal. So positioning mistakes on both sides, equalizing out a little bit there.
Vipers, situation for them, and a very crucial miss there, but I think that was Bagel. That is very unfortunate. That definitely was an opportunity for them to end the game right there. H-Man is going to try a shot of their own. This goes a little bit up high and to the right. Treaty now takes control. Again, just up in the corner. Going to be counted as a shot on goal, though.
Bagel did get a nice clear, and they're still trying to keep possession of the ball. Troita's trying to... H-Man will take it up above their own goal, try to send it to a teammate. All three members of the Vipers are there, though, to try and grab it. Troita will get a save as the demolition comes out onto one of the Falcons members. Bagel now trying to get possession of the ball here in the corner. Will get taken out, though. KD comes in with some help from Was Taken. Will find the golden goal for the Vipers.
Well, the Vipers still have some life in them, and that's very impressive considering the final shots on goal tally there, I believe, was, I think it was 7 for the Vipers and 12 for the Falcons. So the Falcons definitely had more opportunities there to score, but the Vipers, with some great defense, kept the game alive, and now we are at least going to be seeing a Game 5.
Okay, so I was thinking throughout the entire course of that last game, because I brought up precision and you brought up, I brought up accuracy. Well, I'm going to take everyone back to high school science here real fast. Remember that there's two parts that go into when you're taking these sorts of shots, and that is there is a precision and there is an accuracy. How precise you are, I believe, is how clumped up and close together your shots are when you're like looking at a target, or this could, I believe, and then the accuracy is how close they actually are to the actual goal you're intending to get into. So while they're working on their accuracy, their precision is there. A lot of these shots are going into the same place. They need to work on adjusting it so it's going to where it needs to be consistently, and that is what's going to make the difference here, and that comes down to just stupid scientific terms.
Well, just make sure to be paying attention, everybody. That will be on the test at the end of the week. But let's see if these two teams can pull away from each other. Right now, they are still very close in this match, but the Falcons have a slight lead at 2-1. Let's head into game number 4 and see if the Falcons can push themselves to a match point. Here we go.
Towards the end of that last game, Gem, there was definitely a lot more double commits happening from both sides. It could be a start of the signs of mental exhaustion for both teams here. Let's see who is going to be losing their momentum faster here, as Was Taken gets a nice shot down into the Falcon side, but it does get cleared away by H-Man.
Whoa, look at that play from Scrumps. They're just able to stop the momentum there completely. It isn't going to be able to stop that clear in the long run. He's not going to be trying to find a clear of his own. Stopped by Bagel, though. Rita tries again a demo. Looks like it went on to the Vipers there. Now Bagel has respawned. They're back up to full strength, but they left their goal wide open, and H-Man tried to capitalize on that.
It looks like there was an attempted fake out there by Bagel. H-Man did not fall for it, though. It was taken. Now managing to take it up the side. Will get disrupted by Troyita. Bagel, right down the middle of the field, has the ball taken away by Troyita. Goes down into the corner. Was taken. Will go into the corner, play it off the ceiling, dropping it down. Let's see if one of their teammates can be there for the follow-up. It's H-Man, though, from the Falcons, who's going to do a similar move. And with the same result, the teammate is not there for the follow, allowing Bagel to try and redeem themselves from that last play. Unfortunately, Troyita comes in when the ball hits the ground.
Scrums pushes it toward the goal just off of the post there. Now Troyita is the one to try to save, but unfortunately lets the ball slip right past him. Here goes KD, though. Nice stop there. Testing with Scrums, who leaves it for H-Man there. Scrums is going to continue up the field, leaving it for the follow-up again. It's right on target, but it's very slow. They lost plenty of time for Bagel to save.
Bagel now passes it to Was Taken. It is stolen away, though. KD disrupts that pass yet again. Was Taken trying to get it away from their side of the field as Troyita gets a shot on goal, saved by Bagel. Was Taken getting bullied around by H-Man, has it in front of the Falcons goal. It does get turned away, though, by H-Man.
And I do have to say, Nerdy, look at H-Man getting the third demolition, a hat trick of demolitions, if you will. And that's a nice update I wanted to point out to you, Nerdy, as we're keeping track of demos now.
Yes!
And so we can see that H-Man has gotten 4 now.
I am very happy with that statistic being added in there. Previously, I had a very strong suspicion that the number of demolitions also helped the team that was more, like, the team with the most demos typically ended up winning all throughout our spring series. So let's see if that trend continues now that I actually have determinate statistics that Bacchus Mod is now giving to us. So thank you, production staff, for throwing that in.
Well, an unfortunate double commit there from the Falcons.
Oh,
look at KD! They left their goal wide open, and that's what happens. And I think we'll just see it right here. All of them are in the air. Look at that!
This is like KD's victory lap Mario Kart cinematic there. They weren't even stressing, didn't hit their boost, just tapped it in, and we're just kind of cruising behind it to make sure it didn't hit that goal post.
Falcons really need to work on their comms, it looks like, because they are having too many opportunities where they're just leaving their goal open like that. H-Man gets another shot on goal, but is going to be saved by KD. Now follow up there. Look at that dunk right into the goal from Scrumps.
Not only that, Scrumps, H-Man was like right underneath Scrumps just in case it hit that top crossbar to be the follow-up at what I would consider the perfect triangle spot there to make sure it went in. Now we're at the equal 1-1 apiece with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. We might see another overtime here, and it might get stressful, but Troyita is going to make me eat my words anyway and score the Falcons their second goal, bringing them up by 1.
This is what I was more or less kind of expecting if I was going to predict how this match goes, if I was just looking at the stats with the goals conceded. Because if you look at all the shots on goals, there are 6 so far for the Falcons. The Vipers only have 1 shot on goal, and that was the goal that they scored. So overall, it seems like the shots on goal differential are finally starting to catch up to the Vipers. It's going to be one thing that they need to work on. They want to try to equalize this back up. Created with the save there. He's going to try to allow for a clear to go through there, but Was Taken wants to try to get a shot there right toward the right post. And that was a great effort, but not quite accurate enough.
Was taken, though, for the follow-up. Did trap the ball. It did, unfortunately, get stolen away. Eventually, a double commit will come out onto them. We've got Bagel swooping in to try and see if they can get a touch on it. H-Man will elevate to send it towards the goal of the Vipers, with Was taken, sending it to the corner. A follow-up, though, from Scrums will find the third goal for the Falcons.
And look at this. I think all three members of the Vipers are trying to save this all at once. They all try to stop it.
Maximum effort.
Yeah, but even if the save had been successful, that's still a triple commit.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see that really add up for both teams.
I'm going to chalk it up to mental exhaustion. If you're not used to this, a game that's going this long, that will end up going even longer, regardless of the outcome of this one, it can be a lot.
KO pushing it off to the side. Bagel is going to gain control. Oh, KD, excuse me. I was thinking KO there. I've been saying KD all night, and all of a sudden I decided to do KO because it looks like a KO right now for the Vipers. Speaking of one, there's another demo. Looks like it was brought out by KD, actually. But right now, demos are not what the Vipers need. They have 10 seconds left. They're going to need 2 goals in rapid succession here. With only 5 seconds left, I don't think they're going to do it.
It's going to bounce off that side, get spiked high right in the midfield. There's going to be a shot on goal and a follow-up. Unfortunate own goal, it looks like there from Was taken as the buzzer does officially hit 0. It pauses itself basically at that 1 mark until the ball hits the ground or finds the back of the net. There's no coming back from that one on that. It's just GG, go next. And you have to treat the next game like the score is still 0-0 and give it your maximum effort again.
Well, now it really, what are kind of tips when a match is really going on long? Because we have been bringing up kind of the mental exhaustion. What are some of the tips that, maybe you have used personally in your esports career to try to, gain a better perspective or just focus back into focusing?
So this tip kind of comes out partially due to the fact that one of the Vipers members shares a name very similar to one of our own Overwatch players, and this is something that he does quite frequently, partially due to the sheer volume of water that he consumes on stage, but it's literally after every single map, a large bagel goes to the bathroom. And I think the change in environment and the just walking away from the screen, even though it's for the bare minimum amount of time to use the restroom, wash his hands, and run back out, is enough to reset his mental so that he was away from the game for a little bit, got out of the comms for just a tiny bit of time to give his brain a few moments of relaxation and peace to come back with a new mindset that resets himself for the entire next map. And that's maybe something you may need to look into. I know you get a little bit of time between these rounds. Get up. Go to the bathroom. You don't have to go outside. Go hug your mom. Pet your dog. Just do something that takes you away from the screen for a few minutes or even a few seconds.
Yeah, it's kind of the same situation with driving for a long time, what they call highway hypnosis. Sometimes you just need to pull over and just get out of the car and stretch a little to kind of reset yourself mentally. Because if it is an especially intense match, it can just drive all of your opinion. You don't want to get tunnel vision because that's kind of where you start bringing out strategies that aren't too dissimilar to just tilting outright. So hopefully these teams can gain a bit more perspective as we head into the 5th game, which is going to be the match point for the Falcons. But Was taken starts it off very nice with the Vipers in the lead.
By the way, to everyone listening, be sure to write down these driving tips brought to you by the one and only Gem Jacob.
Well, I don't know how much my driving school can really help these players out. Any driving tips that I give are going to be for conventional cars, not ones that can fly through the air. But as for right now, Traida there with a great shot on goal. And I don't want to disparage a goal too much there. But you see him, that was another double commit there. So great that it turned into a goal, but just work on the communication.
As we go into the next kickoff, Scrubs barely wins it after almost colliding at that center dot on the field. H-Man trying to be their follow-up and assist on a shot here will unfortunately overdrive it, and the follow from Scrubs will be taken away. Tarita at the midfield, though, pop it high. KD goes over them to drop the ball right down in front of the Falcons' goal. It does get turned away by Scrubs. Was taken, corrals it just enough for Bagel to get a shot. Now Bagel retreating back as was taken, tries to take another shot from the midfield. H-Man trying to see where the ball is going to land. KD taking it away from the back wall in front of their own goal. There's a follow-up that's going to be stopped by the Vipers.
Grounded by H-Man there. Ooh, Scrum's able to play around one. Bagel has to have the save there. He's going to leave it up toward the corner, but Scrums is able to steal the boost, leaving the Vipers a bit boost starved right now. But Bagel, the only one really
Bagel!
with boost, was able to do a shot clear from back in the field.
Okay, I'm trying to see, I think that's Scrums in the back left. They did get a mega boost, and I think they tapped the ball. Had they not tapped it, it probably still would have gone in either way. But that's never something as a player you want to do. Sorry, Scrubs, it happens. As we see, the next kickoff was Human. Traps the ball down here right in front of the Vipers' goal. It does. There was a double commit by the Vipers, though. Troyita gets a shot that Human will get, H-Man will get a touch on, unfortunately causing it to go too far to the left. Is KD now taking it up in the air. Has it stolen away by Troyita, but Bagel on the ground takes a shot, hits the back wall, tries to be there for their own follow-up. It is disrupted, though, as was taken, drops the ball down right in front of the Falcons' goal.
There goes a tap from Bagel, back toward the Falcons' goal. Troyita needs to get a clear here. He's going to be unable to do it for the time being. He's able to disrupt KD just enough to stop a shot on goal there. As H-Man gets a long clear down the side of the field, steals the Vipers' boost away from them. Does seem to be something that the Falcons have been better at in this game. Just managing their boost more times than not. I'm seeing the Vipers with not a whole lot of boost, but that hasn't translated into a deficit of goals quite yet for them.
Boost starving used to be one of those keys to the game that even Doc put up for our Broncos here in Rocket League. It is a vital resource to success here, and if you have the pace of the game in your favor because they do not have any opportunity to accelerate, easy shots on goal for your side.
Ooh, nice read there by KD, is able to stop that shot from the Falcons. Look at that demo there, leads right toward a goal.
So far, the Vipers looking quite sharp this round, getting 3 goals as the Falcons sit at none. Despite the lack of boost they have had access to for the majority of this game, we're past the halfway mark here. KD wins that kickoff. H-Man sends it over to the side to Scrubs. He's going to play it off the wall, try to air dribble it, but was taken in that lane, dropping it down in front of the Falcons' goal there. Troyita, though, now trying to take past the midfield stripe, has to beat KD, though, who's now going to take it off that back wall and dribble it in the air.
H-Man there is going to get the clear up the center. Try to make Troyita get a shot on goal there, but the Falcons stop that. H-Man is going to have his shot pushed off to the corner. Troyita with the follow-up in the goal. KD to defend. It's actually going to be Bagel, who was up above the goal, who is going to be able to push that off to the side. Ball gets cleared back over toward the Vipers' goal. Falcons still have an opportunity to score here. They have just a little over a minute remaining. Still quite doable, but they need to make something happen and fast.
Troyita is trying to go for a pass back. KD does take it away, though, as H-Man now spikes it high, hits the ceiling, drops down right in front of 2 members of the Vipers. Was taken, will collide with one of them as H-Man's shot on goal with the assist from Scrubs will go in. I think that timer had 31 seconds left, Jem. We have seen, I believe, 4 or 5 goals in Esports Tower scored in that amount of time, so we can't discount the Falcons just yet. Oh, never mind, 51 seconds.
Even better.
That is enough time for the Falcons to find that one extra equalizer goal and either send us into overtime
right
or
off the
find
kickoff.
2. Oh, and a demolition,
like
but there was a double commit there from the Falcons again. Quite a few of those, as you mentioned, have been popping up as we see it was taking the ball up the side. It's now in front of the goal, and Bagel will be there for the follow-up to double the score of the Falcons currently. Falcons can still bring it back. But now I feel like it's crunch time. They need to score a goal in about the next 10 to 15 seconds if they want to have the chance to actually bring this into overtime.
Double commit on the kickoff there. The Falcons really just need to calm down for a bit here. It seems like the Vipers have just been the more consistent team thus far. The Falcons, we might just have a little bit of connection issue right there. But it's not going to make a difference this late in the game. Once the first goal is scored, it will be counted as official. Oh, and almost a goal there from H-Man. Great try. That's not just going to do it for the Falcons. Vipers look to be staging a good bit of a revival here. And H-Man, that's a nice goal, but time is up.
All right, so double commits. Definitely more coming out in this last match here from the Falcons than the Vipers. Maybe we didn't see as many because was having some connectivity issues and it made them not be able to rotate as quickly as possible. But in any sport that involves a ball, no one likes a ball hog.
Well, you are watching the Breakout Cup. It's the Fuqua Falcons versus the Esports Tower Vipers. Remember, this is just the first of 3 cups that we are covering tonight. It is best of 7 tonight, and well, certainly if the tournament organizers wanted extra long matches, they are getting what they designed, because we are moving on to Game 6. Still haven't finished the first match, but the Vipers definitely look to be the team that are hanging in it for the long haul.
It is only a little bit past 4:45 Mountain Time, and I'm already feeling like I need to grab a coffee just to make it all the way through all of these games. If I am getting mentally taxed just from casting, imagine how tired these players are feeling going into Game 6 here.
Well, and it's exciting for us, but you really can't capture kind of the tension when you're in any competitive sport. You know, it's it kind of reminds me, if we're looking to the real world counterpart of this, you know, in real racing, you know, people, you know, lose 5-10 pounds just in like sweat just during a normal race because the tension is always so high. Now, granted, this is more virtual, so there isn't quite as much tension, but still, you can't discount the mental impact that matches this long are having on the players. It seems the Vipers are managing that much better, and they're the ones with more resources right now in terms of boost. So maybe they can start doing some of that boost starving that the Falcons were attempting. Treat is going to be getting the first shot on goal there, second actually. 2 shots on goal from the Falcons, but the defense from the Vipers really seem to have been making the huge difference for them.
In all honesty here, it's like the stamina capacity and endurance for the 2 teams is like comparing right now a sprinter to a cross-country runner, and in an extended series that is a 7-game series, you need to have the endurance of a cross-country runner, one that is even throughout the entire pace of the game until the last crucial moments where you can hit the sprint for a little bit. But beyond that, you cannot overexert yourself in the first games when things start to fall apart because your mental just gets too boomed like we've been seeing. We're at the 3-minute and 40-second mark. No goals have been scored, and about equal shots on goal until just that second there, as was taken up to the amount of goals for their side.
Well, H-Man also getting a demo there. He's definitely been the demo leader tonight. But as of lately, that hasn't been translating into victory for the Falcons there. Here comes Scrumps there, a nice centering over to Traida, and it just doesn't go in. The ping pong does not work out in the Falcons' favor. You definitely saw that's kind of the clearer rotations that we saw earlier from them in the series, and it gave them probably the closest that they have had this game thus far to a goal. So if they can continue that, get back to what made them so great in the first few games, they can still close this out.
I need to make a bingo card of like all the times I see past and current Doc's keys being applied in a game, because just then that save from the Vipers happened because they were just consistently bumping into the Falcons players in the goal so that they could not get a clean shot. That is some great Rocket League play right there.
Traida heading up the wall, plays it around, was taken. Bagel stops the clear, pushes it back toward Falcons' goal. Still no scores for either team. Scrumps is going to be looking to change that as he pushes it toward the Vipers' goal. Centering just off the crossbar there. Traida now with a nice shot, but gets saved by Bagel. The saves definitely being the Viper's strong point. It is very hard to get a shot past them.
Ooh, there was a double commit that did result in one of the Vipers players getting taken out for a few moments. They did respawn, and Bagel, I believe, actually off that respawn, gets the save off the shot there. Scrums with the follow-up, a save from KD. Solid defense for the side of the Vipers right now. Just look at how many saves they have. Granted, yes,
6.
it's equal to the shots on goal from the Falcons. But my goodness, that is a lot of saves.
It definitely is, and KD might be contributing to yet another one. Was taken, pushes it off to the side. Falcons just seem to be flying repeatedly into a wall here, but they are certainly going to keep trying. All it takes is one of those shots to get past the Vipers, and they can get their goal and their victory. And again, even though the defense is great for the Vipers, they need to take more initiative and get more shots on goal themselves. They're going to get one there, but Traita with the save is going to stop it. All three members are bunched up in front of the goal there.
Oh, no.
Dangerous situation there for them. Now they're going to get the side control back. Bagel isn't able, runs out of boost, or actually just didn't probably want to use. Oh, that was great job by the Falcons, finally getting the lead they were looking for.
I remember when I was a little tight, my coach used to say something along the lines of your greatest defense becomes your greatest offense. So honestly, the Vipers just need to spread out a little bit more when they're going for these saves here. Get it cleared that it's to someone at the mid who can take advantage of the clear and take it into the goal on the Falcons side.
Traita unable to get the tap they wanted. The ball just kind of falls down, still in Falcon territory. They want to try to keep it away from their goal with just 30 seconds left. Vipers looking to equalize here. Nice play by H-Man there. He's able to keep control of it. Now they've drowned it down to 15 seconds. We could be looking at the end of this match finally, as the Falcons just need to keep control of it and not allowing the Vipers to get one shot on goal. Traita doesn't quite get what they wanted there. Wasn't able to ground the ball, but a nice hit from H-Man there is going to leave the ball grounded, and the Falcons win the first cup of the night.
Nicely done, Falcons. Vipers, you guys are bringing us back. You almost had it. By next week, I'm sure that this game will be like something that will be a cakewalk for you. You're going to be doing the back so have fun working with your coaches, of course, this week. That can always sometimes be a more exhausting experience than a game series.
Well, you know, Nerdy, you can see how going at it alone can only get you so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of winning, you have to level up your teaming skills. We just saw that in that last play by the Falcons. You can see how far all of these teams have come every single week. The Esports Tower really takes the time to create teams of well-matched teammates. I'd like to do a shout out to Coach Jake, and those of you, if you're watching and haven't checked out Esports Tower, you should. It's a fast track to rank up. That was the first cup of the night. The Falcons win it against the Vipers 4-2. But we still have a whole lot more for you tonight. Still 2 best-of-7 cups to cover, and we are going to be getting to those cups. But I think now would be a good time just after a long match like that to take a break. So we will be right back with more Esports Tower action. Don't go away.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to this broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble, broadcasting to you from the Boise State Gamepans Esports Arena. We just saw the Fuqua Falcons claim the Breakout Cup after a down week. We will see if the Ghosts can rebound and win the Fennec Cup against the Swerve. I'm still your host, Jacob Jem Palmer, joined by Artie Nerdy Rain. Artie, I just gotta say, just in terms of pure just in terms of pure theming, just the month it is, I would love to see the Ghosts win this.
It's the spooky season. Ghosts, you gotta claim a crown during the spooky season. Oh, they changed their logo. I really enjoyed the blue ghost from Pac-Man, but I will admit this ghost looks much more Halloween themed with the orange and black, so can't argue. It's even more fitting now, but you're going against the Swerve, so good luck to all of you, because the Swerve are formidable opponents.
Yes, this is the Fennec Cup. It's for the second-seeded teams in this overall series based on how they performed in the group stages. So we're getting up into the high ranks now. But before we get to this match, we want to take a moment to congratulate all of the Esports Tower Club members who have graduated from the clubs and have been offered scholarships across the country. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower Club members have received over $1.2 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but have worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. The players have received these scholarships are talented, hardworking, and driven, and we could not be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities these players are getting. Wow, Valorant taking the lion's share, basically, of that. More than half, basically.
Well, it is the newest game out of all of these,
True.
But you got to keep in mind that, like, the fact that a new game can garner that much scholarship money is just pointing towards the fact that as esports becomes more, brought to the forefront of everything as it has been recently, and more games get added in, keep practicing the games that you're passionate about that have a competitive scene, communicate with people, try to create clubs, get a high school community started, and see that transition into college. It can work. Pursue your dreams. It's worth it. However, as you pointed out in our little shout out to everyone, academics are still important. You can give up your soul to gaming, but you still need to give your brain over to school because those grades are ultimately what's going to determine whether or not you can even get accepted into the college.
Well, you're going to college for a reason, so remember that. But the one thing that doesn't change no matter how many new games get introduced is Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League. That's to create mistakes, punish the overcommit, don't overstay, and bump and demo to disrupt. That's Doc's keys to the game, brought to you by Esports Tower. You can score pro advice at esportstower.com, improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Let's get in to round 2, the Ghosts versus the Swerve. We're going to be getting to a very fast. Remember, this is still best of 7. We're jumping into the Fennec Cup with the Ghosts taking on the Swerve in what should be the best of 7 series. The Ghosts had some close losses. They are looking to bounce back in this cup game. The Swerve have looked strong in the last few weeks with this new roster and are looked poised to challenge the top players in the Esports Tower clubs. We're expecting some exciting games and great plays in this series, and we're going to kick it off with game 1 very soon. Yeah, here we go. They just needed to keep everyone alert in their seats, and I don't blame them right now. We see some great talent from the Swerve. We've definitely seen players like GA Baby, Crayon, and Sunky make great plays, but with Fire, J-Blank, and Rev, this is going to be a good game. I can tell right now GA Baby is going to be looking to take it away from Rev. Right now, it seems pretty even.
I'm interested to see if, at least coming from the Ghost this week, we see more passing. They've struggled with it in the past where they do not do the give and go as frequently as you need to be doing in a game that is a 3-on-3 style format. And trying to just solo dribble it does not always work out, as we do see that a pass there did still end up going to Fire. However, the control of the side is still in favor of the Swerve.
Sunky is going to gain possession of the ball. He's going to be setting it up. Contest in mid-air there isn't really going to go in anyone's favor. As Crayon just goes right past the ball. Rev trying to set it up is going to be stopped right there by GA Baby. Sunky now gains control, but doesn't really have a lot of boost to play with. J Blank there is going to be passing it off to another member. Doesn't score the goal.
It looked like that was more of an attempt of a pass back there from Jay Blank, who traps the ball for Fire to come in with a shot on goal, saved by Jababy. It is here in the corner, though. Fire is remaining over on the side of the Swerve to be ready for another pass back as Rev brings it up the back wall, spikes it down onto the ground. Jababy rotates back, grabs that corner boost, taking it off the back wall, going for an air dribble. Unfortunately, though, when they collide with the ground, they also collide with Rev.
Ooh, look, a nice shot by Fire there, but it's very slow and just bounces off the crossbar. Jababy passes it over back to Crayon. Now Sunky is going to gain control, but this play is going to be disrupted by the Ghost there. Jababy is just waiting back in the wings to play as Sunky gains control of the ball. 50-50 with J Blank is just going to go off to the side. Now Crayon tries to elevate up to gain back control of it, but is stolen away by Sunky. The Swerve have it in Ghost territory.
A shot on goal, unfortunately, will go a little bit too far to one side. It did get saved. Cran now trying to trap the ball off the wall. It will be taken up by Rev here in the corner. Sunky reverses, and Gabby with a Jababy, my apologies, with a cross-bab shot with an assist from Cran will find our first goal, and it took 3 minutes exactly.
Very unfortunate there for the Ghost. They just had one person waiting back there way in the corner. It looked like Rev wasn't able to get a good save there. Rev is going to try to redeem himself with this air dribble right toward the goal. Is it going to work out? Oh, it just might. Follow up from J Blank. And they quickly equalize it and make up for lost ground.
That was a powerful kickoff from the Ghost there. Let's see if they can do it again. The teamwork for the Ghost definitely has been improved over the course of the past week, and that makes me very happy to see.
Kickoff slightly in favor for J Blank there. Fire comes rushing in, isn't able to take control of the ball. Now Rev pushing it up midfield, manages to get it back halfway. J Blank there gets side control back. Now they're looking to score their goal here. Nice shot by J Blank there. That was probably more of a centering pass and not trying to get a shot on goal there. But I'll take it anyway as long as they can maintain possession here. Crayon gets a shot on goal of his own, and it's saved by Rev. Now gets pushed back to midfield. Jababy isn't quite get what they were looking for, and it just gets stolen back away by Rev.
Sunky bouncing off that back wall does manage to get a little bit of enough of a touch to turn the possession over in favor of the Swerve here. Cran now trying to get it onto the side of the Ghost with some help from Sunky colliding with one of the Ghost members there. It's still on the side of the Swerve, not what the Swerve are looking for, and a off-the-wall shot from Fire gets saved by Crayon.
There goes Baby there, plays it around 1 and 2. Fire being played around the blank is all that's left there for defense.
Ooh.
Now Rev goes back to the corner. We did see a demo going out there. Now here goes 30 seconds left. Sunky is going to be credited with a save there. Saves have been fairly even for both teams. Shots on goal in favor of the Ghosts right now, so they have definitely had more side control and more opportunities to get toward the goal. They're going to maintain that right now as Rev pushes it off toward the right. 10 seconds left. Look at Fire there, setting up the centering for Rev, but look at the play here from Sunky off the open goal. He gets the goal.
Okay, all right, Sunky, that was beautiful. The other thing that you and I brought up last week, Jem, was the tendency of the Ghosts to overcommit on these goal-scoring opportunities. Having all three members there for follow-up can be a good thing, but it can be your Achilles heel as well because you leave a completely open goal if someone manages to get a nice clear and dribble around everybody like Sunky just did.
You are currently watching the Fennec Cup for the Ghosts and the Swerve. These are the second-seeded teams in this overall tournament. We'll be into the top 2 ranked teams very shortly in their championship, but right now I can kind of understand it a little bit from the Ghost point of view, though, because it was a point where they just wanted to go on. They recognized that if they didn't make this shot, they didn't make this shot, so they wanted to try to get the win then and there. But of course, even if they weren't successful and they had maybe had someone back there to save, it would have at least gone to overtime. So they just went in with an all-in strategy, and the bet didn't work out for them.
Yeah, they bet it all on black, and it did not work out. It's okay. No one has a gambling addiction in this game whatsoever. It's all right.
It just came up green for everybody. But right now, here goes Fire. Off the kickoff is going to gain control of it, but coming right in there is the Swerve that is able to beat them to it. The Ghosts had a rather rough group stage. They looked so strong in week 2, but struggled last week in the group stage against the Barracudas and Milford. So they are trying to get back a little bit of lost valor for themselves. And they managed to not do that in the first game, even though it says that the Ghosts are ahead. It is actually the Swerve that has the first win.
One thing to keep in mind here, Sunky, nicely done. I will give you your credit before I go on with that cross-map shot. The Ghosts are a much newer team in comparison to the Barracudas and the Swerve. Granted, the rosters for both teams have switched around, minus Quez for the Barracudas, but for the Ghosts, this is a team that formed near the end of our summer series here with Esports Tower, so they have the least amount of time as club members and as a team, and so we're going to be able to see their progression in their teamwork just elevate week by week, as we are able to see tonight as Rev gets a shot on goal. Oh, I thought we were going to have like the bane of every soccer player's existence right there, which is the ball by a millimeter doesn't fully cross the line, but the physics managed to work out with a little extra touch there from Rev. So now our goal is equal, 1-1 aside. Barely a little under a minute so far has passed, so we're already seeing more than we saw earlier. I'm curious to see how high those scores go this round.
Well, you really kind of were completely accurate there, Nerdy, in describing the Ghosts. They are a team with a lot of high-ranked individual players, but they are just working on trying to how to make that into great team play. And they're making a real effort of it right now since they have managed to tie the game up. But right now, the Swerve still have their first victory. Baby is going to try to pop it off their roof, center it up for another player. Look out here! Crayon with a nice shot there. J-Blank, excuse me, with another and a follow-up from Rev and Fire. All 3 members of the Ghosts want to get in on the action there and try to push themselves to a lead.
Saw a give and go there, gave it to Sunky at the midfield. Jababy now taking it off that corner, gonna play it up the side. It drops down onto Fire's Hood, who spikes it high directly in the center. It looks like Cran, yes, was the one to elevate and grab it, but unfortunately Rev met them on the sidewall, trapped the ball down with their tires. Sunky collides with them to spike it high for Jababy, who's just a little bit too low to grab the pass in mid-flight.
Well, here goes Fire there. Almost, that goal looked pretty darn open to me there, but just a little bit too slow to score on it. Rev is going to try again, but it gets pushed off toward the corner. Rev steals the corner boost from the Swerve. J-Blank now setting it up. Gets a shot on goal, but Jababy with the save there is going to keep the game tied.
We have Cran and Sunky, who've managed to maintain a lot of the side control here for the Swerve. Have now double committed here to take the ball away from J-Blank. Fire, though, gets a shot on goal. It's saved by Sunky. Cran now with it waiting for Sunky's shot coming from the sidewall for a midfield centering pass. Jababy will bicycle it high in the corner on the side of the Swerve. Now trying to play it around Rev. Sunky, though, will miss the follow-up to take the ball away from the Ghosts here, and there now the Swerve are in a risky position.
aren't able to get the clear quite yet. It's going to be actually Jababy who has to take it away from Sunky and just try to get the clear himself. Ball is high up in front of Swerve's goal. Jababy gets a hit on it, but still not getting back that side control. As the ball is ground, Sunky is going to try it right here. Driving it around the corner. Look out here, though, for the shot attempt. Sunky is credited with a slot on goal. A shot on goal, but isn't able to do it. I can't talk good today.
It's okay. It happens to all of us. That spike down to Rev in the goal from Fire looked like it might have been at a really bad angle almost and gone in on its own. Thankfully, it did not. Now the Ghosts are on their forward push here. We've got Rev playing it off the back wall, trying to have one of their teammates be there for the follow-up. Fire is there for the follow-up, and a cross shot. Oh, sorry, it wasn't. It was Jay Blank who was there at the mid with the follow-up from Rev there. Just enough of a touch to allow Jay Blank to come swooping in and find that second goal. 56 seconds left, though. The Swerve can still bring us up into overtime if they manage to get another goal.
Kickoff there is just kind of going to die in midfield as the Swerve tried to cheat it out there, but unfortunately weren't able to do it. Now Jay Blank is just going to try to waterfall that down right in front of the goal for a follow-up there. Nice save by Crayon, pushing the ball back to midfield. Rev isn't able to take control of it. Crayon's continuing to drive it up. Baby there with a nice tap, leaving it for, oh, it's actually Sunky leaving it for Jababy, excuse me, to tie it up again. Yeah, that's just a great play off the wall right there, leaving it for Jababy to drive it right where you want to, just kind of in the upper corners there. Hard to defend from as we head into the next kickoff here. Pinched off to the side. Now here goes Rev, just going to try to drive it to the goal right now. No real complexity there, but it doesn't work out.
That crossbar relationship does not work out for a lot of people. We've had some players go to couples counseling with that crossbar. It tends to help sometimes. Sometimes it just makes it more angry, as I think the Ghosts are experiencing right now. We're going down to the 5-second mark. Don't foresee a goal being scored, and I think we're going to go into overtime. And as I say that, we do. Let's see how this kickoff goes.
Whoa, look at that wide opening for the Swerve. Are you kidding me?
Baby, how did you do that? What just happened?
It just went right over. Fire just drove right under it, and Jay Blank couldn't get back in time from collecting boost.
The collision between Rev and I think it was Cran there at the kickoff was just perfect. Cran got it barely above Rev to allow Jababy to come in and just be like, okay, mine.
Wow, that's tough.
Wow.
To be scored against you like that right at the end of the game can't be good for the Ghosts, which leads the Swerve to go 2-0. Now, this isn't best of 5, so they still have a little bit ways to go before getting to their match point. But so far, they have been pretty unstoppable. But the Ghosts have been making a real effort of it. It really hasn't been more than one goal that these games have been decided.
It is definitely reminiscent of good soccer because it's a 1-goal differential here. However, like I said earlier, this is going to be the difference of endurance.
I will say, unlike real soccer, it's not 0-0 until the last moment.
Fair enough. But this is going to be coming down to who has the cross-country endurance and who has the sprinter endurance. And I feel like the endurance factor is more in favor of the Swerve just because of how long they have been playing in Esports Tower. And yes, it's not been a 7-game series, but they have been involved in 5-game series before. So what's an extra 10 minutes tacked onto that? Granted, a lot of anxiety, but they may have this more, the ball may be in their court just a little bit more here.
That's even more real-world soccer mentality. What's an extra 10 minutes tacked on to this? I know the timer ran out, but you know what? Let's put 10 more minutes on it. You know, what's that between an hour and a half?
Oh my
but look at
gosh!
the Swerve there, almost getting another goal. Now, the Swerve have looked better and better throughout the first 3 weeks of the fall season. They pushed themselves to be a top team in the Rumbles and compete with the Ghosts and Barracudas, and they're doing a great job so far.
No argument here on that one. They're doing fantastic. The team play is solid coming out from them. Yes, the Ghosts are all supersonic legends. They have fantastic individual skill, but this is still a team game, and you still need to have good team communication and teamwork in order to come out on top of this. And right now, the Swerve have it locked down in the teamwork department.
As we jump back into the game here, looks like it's still yet to score. Both these teams are very evenly matched right now. Look at Rev, they're pushing it toward the goal. Two members there were just waiting. They did not want to let that one through at all.
They can't. It's not been a full minute hasn't elapsed yet. That they all will be waiting to make sure each one of them gets a single save here before the ball goes in.
Of course, the scoreboard kind of has been a little bit twitchy tonight, just probably trying to get used to the best of sevens like we all are. But just, you know, in the technical side, that scoreboard does reset whenever there is a goal. So when there is a goal, we will get the full situation of what is happening right now. What's happening at this very moment, though, is Jababy is just going to go right toward the goal. It bounces off the crossbar, pushed off to the side by Rev. But the Swerve definitely want to try to follow up and stop this clear.
We've got Rev going for that off-the-wall centering shot from one of their teammates, something that's worked out in the favor of multiple teams who have used it. However, it does get stopped and then spiked high after two players collide each from one side. Stopped again! Oh, I thought that was going to go in. Both two members of the Ghost had a shot on goal, so two saves were credited to the Swerve. Now it is on the Ghost side. Jababy drops it down here into the corner, trying to see if they can steal the ball away from Rev. And it does look like the Ghost will get the advantage there, taking it down into the Swerve side of the field.
Rayon now driving it up the side. J-Blank is in hot pursuit with him. Gets demoed, though, as a result. Now Rev is going to try to take control. But now Sunky driving it toward the goal. Stops midfield by Jababy. J-Blank now is going to pass it off to Fire there. Gets set up in the center. Swerve have great control of the ball. Are not going to let it in. Unfailed elevation there, though, by Sunky. Has to leave it for Jababy to get the clear. Stolen away by Rev. And the Swerve aren't doing well in terms of side control right now.
Fire takes another shot. It's just a little bit too far to one side, allowing Jababy to get possession here. They collide with J-Blank. The ball is still going to cross that midfield stripe, though, as Rev grabs it. Demolition does come out, I believe, onto one of the Swerve members there, as two members bump into Rev now, trying to make sure that they can get possession for their side. The ball has been spending quite a long time on the Swerve side of the field here, Jem. You're definitely right. The Ghosts have the field control here, but the clears finally have begun to come out. We've got Sunky now rotating back, realizing that that opportunity is gone as Jababy takes another shot, tries to have a centering shot off the top crossbar. It's spiked high, unfortunately, though, by Crayon, as Sunky, waiting to see if they need to rotate in, is going to move to the mid as the shot's taken. It goes a little too far left as Rev spikes it away.
Well, it looks like we have just 1 minute remaining in this match. We still don't know necessarily how close it is, just due to a little bit of a glitch in the scoreboard. But it is still 0-0, I have been informed, so that is correct. So this is a very crucial minute. We might even go into a scoreless overtime here, which, as much as I was joking about real soccer, of course, the game, when I bring up that joke, of course, that's when the game decides to emulate real life.
It's okay. Art emulates life, and video games are art.
Well, I agree with that, and this is pure art right here. That's Jababy with a great air dribble there, but it doesn't translate into a goal, unfortunately.
Rev was there for the save. The defense on both sides for this round in particular has been...
Whoa!
Oh my gosh, the demo! But Rev still gets credited with the save there, so Rev, it was totally worth it.
This just seems to be the Swerve's modus operandi, if you will. They're just supercharged in the last minute of the game.
Maybe they drank some gamer juice, some G Fuel was consumed before the last couple seconds here as we see Sunky get a shot on goal, saved by J-Blank. Cran now trying to play it off the wall. Unfortunately, the angle is just not right. Jababy, though, does get that centering shot. The follow-up, that was a little bit too slow there from Sunky, so they are resetting just a little bit as Rev now trying to corral the ball here down in the corner on the side of the Swerve. Jababy comes in to try and take it away from J-Blank, who plays it off the wall and angles it around two members of the Swerve, but unfortunately overdrives it past the goal. Still gets credit with that shot, though.
There goes Crayon, is going to elevate up, leave it for Sunky on the ground. He pushes it, bounce it off the wall. That just leaves it wide open for the Ghosts to get their centering here. Are they going to do it? Waiting on the back post very smartly there was Crayon, and who just waited for the ball to kind of just head towards him so he could take control of it. Jay Blank now with a great pass over to Rev and a great shot on goal there, but it's going to be saved by Jababy.
The spacing that the Swerve have had for the majority of the times where they have a shot on goal and a goal-scoring opportunity, they've been very patient and very disciplined in ensuring that someone is ready to be in a saving position to prevent any clears from just rolling right into the goal. That is something that takes a lot of practice and a lot of patience.
Okay, Jay Blank there was trying to contest with Crayon. It heads right back toward the goal. It's going to be a pretty sizable overtime thus far. No real team. They've come close, but they haven't been able to get a goal to win. Jababy's going to try to stop that. Look at that. Jay Blank just steals it right away from him in midair almost so effortlessly. Now Sunky is going to try to drive it around the corner. Fire stops him there. Ball gets pinched off toward the side of the field. There goes Crayon. He's going to drive it around. Can he set it up for another player? Sunky was definitely trying there, but that wasn't a shot on goal.
Sunky did not have enough boost to have the speed to meet the ball right in front of the goal like they were intending. Unfortunately, it was just a little bit too far to the side. They, the side of the Swerve are getting a little bit boost starved here by the Ghosts. The Ghosts have been starting to ensure that those corner boosts are taken, just like we saw Fire do down there in the corner, to make it harder for these clears to be done by the side of the Swerve, which is a smart tactic. As we see Sunky trying to battle it out for the ball from Rev, but Jay Blank comes in to help them out. Now Rev playing it off the wall. It's going to be disrupted. Now the Swerve are on the Ghost side. Will they be able to find the connected shot to the back of the goal? They will not, as it does get cleared over towards this side of the Swerve yet again.
Baby drives the ball up the field. He's going to meet two Ghosts in the corner. They're placing around both of them. Oh, Jay Blank, clutch. They left the goal open, though. Oh, no! Just from the angle I was looking at it. Oh, I would not want it to have been won that way.
Anxiety. Thank you, Rocket League players. We appreciate it.
Okay, wow.
Oh, what a double save from Cran right there. That was gorgeous.
Now here goes Jababy, gonna try to push it in, but Rev is not gonna have any of it. Both these teams have gotten so many saves in this overtime. Look at Jababy with 5 saves there. Overall so far, it's 9 saves credited to the Swerve.
Yeah, I mean, stats don't lie in this regard, but Swerve need to start making more shots. Oh, as I'm about to say, they need to start making more shots on goal. Rev is like, Nerdy, don't even worry about it. I'm going to end this one for my team right here. Unfortunately, our counter was just a little bit buggy. Maybe it's haunted. Who knows? We did not get to see the actual amount of time that overtime was, but I think it's safe to say that was almost an additional 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, just about 5, I am informed. So, whew, we just basically had a double-length game there. And, hey, we're only to game 4 of this best of 7, so it is definitely in it for the long haul. Yes, yes. I suppose the Rocket League players wanted to be treated a bit more like League, and that is certainly playing out right now. So we are just going to try to head right into the next match. Oh, my goodness. Both these teams' defense have been so insane. The interesting thing is that the Swerve as a team have been focusing a lot on the same that the Ghosts have. A lot of teamwork building, communication these past few weeks, and a lot of these players new to competitive play.
So one thing I'm noticing the Ghosts are doing really well is maintaining not so much the spacing when they create these shapes, but almost consistently when they move up to try and score a goal here, they're making triangles to ensure that almost every side is covered if there's a clear attempt being made. However, they need to spread out those sides of the triangle so that they aren't all corralled into what would be the physical equivalency of the goal box and someone is still at the midfield. So they need to work on their spatial recognition there a little bit.
Well, wide open goal left for the Ghosts there. Rev has to charge right in there to stop that from being scored on. It might still be scored on there. Jababy credited with the shot on goal there. Look at that great dribble by J-Blank, pushing it all the way up to the goal. Sunky drives it off to the corner. Rev wants to keep the play alive, though. It goes right in front of the goal again, but just a little bit too fast for a follow-up. Here comes Fire again, but nope. A great clear there from the swerve is now going to give them an opportunity to score.
Sunky spikes it high, plays it off the back wall over to Jababy, who was waiting a little bit back towards the midfield stripe. Sunky now is rotated back as well, trying to see if they're going to have the opportunity to come in and score that goal. Unfortunately, like I said, I think our equipment's haunted right now. It is spooky season, so we had to take a quick break. But during that time, Jababy was like, while you're not looking, I'm going to do some magic, and managed to score a goal. And we can see the replay here. It did take all three members kind of being not in great spots for the swerve there, but they did find the back of the net to bring us to a one-side game.
Kickoff slightly in favor of the Ghost there. Fire's going to play off of that. Gonna try to center it. He doesn't have the boost, though, to really make the play that he wants. That leaves Crayon there. Try to clear. Runs out of boost, though, himself. Jababy doesn't get the tap he wanted on that at all. Leaves it just wide open for Fire to just kind of very casually dribble the ball to the other side. Set up the Ghosts for their next play. Now the Swerve find the clear they were looking for. Nope, they're going to get stopped before they can even center it by Rev.
Sunky is still over here, though, as is Jababy. Now they've chosen to rotate back because Fire spiked it high, and Demolition came out to open up the net for Fire to score.
Yeah, that was quite unfortunately the worst camera angle. This is a much better one right now, though, and look at that demo to completely clear out the Swerve's defense. That's a beautiful demo.
The worst camera angle ever. I think that's the quote of the game.
It's been weird ever since we went to best of 7. So I'll just say
cursed. It's cursed.
I do have to say, though, 2 of the 6 players playing right now have decided to go with the dabbing Grim Reaper as their goal emote. So I appreciate embracing it.
It's very fitting. It's spooky season. Let us enjoy our spooky season.
Unfortunately, both of those players have been kind of more of the support players, you know, and not kind of the main front line, you know. They've been the more defensive players, so we haven't seen too many of those Grim Reapers, but hopefully we see some more going forward here.
Oh, we've got Sunky, who's over here on the side of the Ghost, has 2 members right in front of them, align their team, and Cran to come in for the follow-up, equalizing our score to at 2-a-side.
Yeah, this just okay, I actually do like that in terms, I originally thought that was a double commit, but you could see Jababy still was grounded. I think he was just trying to reposition himself, or if he did realize he was double committing there, he decided, okay, I'm not going to elevate here, I can still turn this into a somewhat normal rotation there. So that was still a great goal by the Swerve. And now J-Blank is going to push it around the corner, gets stopped by Sunky. Jababy now with the pass over to Crayon, pushes the ball up the field. There's the opportunity for the Swerve to get back in the lead here. Can they do it? Ball is up high. It's going to waterfall down just to the left of the goal. Fire is going to try to get the clear, gets stopped midfield. Even wide open for Jababy to try to get a shot on goal here. Are they going to make it? J-Blank is able to ground it before the goal.
They tried to pop it over J-Blank, but J-Blank read them like a book and took it to their advantage. Now a shot taken on goal. This follow-up, though, was beaten to by the Swerve there. Now they're going to take it down. Cran has it right in front of the Ghost goal. It is going to be turned away, though, by Rev, as Jababy is rotating back, finds the ball, traps it down, collides with one of the members of the Ghost, but it's still kind of in the Swerve's possession here. Spooky tries to play it off the corner. It does look like Rev will miss a touch on the ball. Now we've got J-Blank taking it up the side, trying to see if they can center it up off that back wall. It's a drop down right in front of the Swerve's goal. The Swerve still not getting the side control that they need, as another shot on goal is taken. No one touches it, though. The crossbar is the save. Actually, it was Jababy who was the save there. Now the ball is crossed down midfield stripe. Grant has it here in the corner. Will there be enough of a follow-up, or will it turn back over onto the Swerve side of the field?
We do have less than a minute left in this particular round. Fire's going to push toward the goal. It is just kind of slow, though, so it bounces off the crossbar. Leaves it wide open for the Swerve to clear. Sunky pushes it up the field, steals the corner boost away from the Ghost. Half a minute left. Fire pushes it toward the corner.
Overtime. Overtime.
No, please, please. Don't crush my soul like that.
It's all right. My voice box is going to get crushed anyway along with it. So we've got Jay Blank here. He's going to go take a shot on goal, and it will go in. So, you know, me cheering for overtime is going to be completely ignored because the Ghosts are just going to say, no, we're going to go gem on this one and make sure we can end it before we go past that 5-minute mark. But they have to maintain this lead. I think there's only like maybe 15 seconds left on the clock here. So let's see if the Swerve get another kickoff goal here, or if the Ghosts will be able to maintain this lead. Actually, it was 10 seconds. Now, really, if the ball gets near the ground here, it's not popped high, that is the end of this game, and it's going to go in favor of the Ghosts. And it does get spiked high, but Jay Blank's going to be the one to touch it. Now, the Swerve are going to try and go forward. It's spiked down and stopped, though, by, I believe that was Rev.
You are currently watching the Fennec Cup, the Ghosts versus the Swerve. It has been very much back and forth between these two teams, but we still have a long way to go. Neither team is really at match point, I believe. I think the Ghosts were in the lead, but in my own...
I think that was the Ghosts' possible... Yeah, I think you're right. That was their third win there.
But I know that there have been some issues with the scoreboard. I don't think it actually counted the Swerve's first win in Game 1. So we will definitely, though, when we are getting into the home stretch. But it is still very even between these two teams. We are heading into game number 5 right now. And so Swerves versus the the Swerves versus the Ghosts, excuse me, ready to close it out. We will see here as we jump into game number 5. First kickoff is going to start. Yes, okay, that's what I believe. It was 2-2, not 3-1. It just didn't count the Swerve's first victory in Game 1. So we're at least seeing a Game 6, so oh joy for that.
Woo-hoo! Game 6!
I feel like really nice score to Fire there. It just seemed like I was just kind of taking advantage of so many people bunched up around the ball. All 3 members there, and when they're all bunched up like that, that's definitely something you don't want to see for the Swerves. I'm feeling like Mr. Krabs when the Krusty Krab was open for like 24 hours.
Day 23!
Day 23! Let's hear it for day 23.
That's exactly what I was thinking, so I'm very glad that we are on the same wavelength with that one. We've got Jababy and Cran right now who are on the same wavelength as well, trying to go for a goal here. Was saved by Rev using a bicycle, so a little bit of extra stylish points there. Sunky now trying to see where they need a position to steal this ball away from Jay Blank. They come in at the perfect angle to bring it up the side. Now Cran's going to try and battle it out for possession of the ball with fallout from Jababy there. But Fire will stop it from officially crossing that midfield stripe and keep possession alive for the Ghosts.
Jay Blank is trying to center it up for his teammates, but is meeting a lot of resistance from the Swerve here. He's going to try again, though. Rev hangs back for a possible follow-up, but Sunky is just going to charge right into him. Be credited with the save there. Crayon stops the clear here. Is able to keep side control. Now looking to center it. Gets stopped there by Fire with the pass over to Jay Blank. Back over toward the Swerve's goal, where Jababy is going to try to wrangle it away from him. Now Sunky.
Jababy does manage to get a demolition out onto one of the Ghost members, but Jay Blank and Fire, even down 1 player, will find the back of the net anyway. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Is plenty of time for the Swerve to bring this back. But based off the trends from the last couple of rounds that we've seen from the Swerve, they definitely need to start working on getting more side control so they can get more shots on goal.
All 3 members of the Swerve are just kind of hanging back, collecting boost of their own, waiting for the right moment. Actually, they aren't really going to have that much boost right now. Crayon's really the only one who has any right now. Sunky picks up some, and now it's just going to go right into the play, but isn't able to stop the relentless onslaught of the Ghosts here. Rev there is able to push it right toward the front of the goal, tried to play it off himself, but unable to get the 3rd goal for the Ghosts.
Got Jababy grabbing that corner boost to get ready to try and go for a goal here. The follow-up from Fran from that shot will unfortunately hit that crossbar, and Rev will take it away past that midfield. They're looking for a pass over to Fire, but Spooky came in to disrupt just enough to force them to reconvene and to figure out a new strategy as the ball is now being taken up the side. Will it cross the midfield for the swerve here, or will Jay Blank get a better touch? It looks like Cran was the victor in that one, but it was corralled down on the ground there by Fire. Will Rev, who take it all the way to the goal.
Well, the Ghosts certainly look to be alive. That was a nice bit of disruption that I like to see there, but again, it seems the Swerve have just been not really positioning themselves in the right spot. We're seeing more double commits for them, more misrotations, and it's really starting to catch up to them. And the ball gets pinched off to the side there. Fire is going to set it up for Rev with the redirect there. Not able to redirect it quite toward the goal. But nonetheless, at this point, the Ghosts would just want to try to keep possession of the ball and run out that timer. If they want to go with that strategy, they're going to get a save there. Rev is. Sunky is going to try to set up the first goal for the Swerve here. Nice little just tap there by Rev, sends it way back toward midfield.
Got Fire trying to slap that ball down on the ground. It kind of worked and managed to get it over to Rev. All of the Swerve, though, trying to get that side control, left the goal a little bit too open, allowing Jay Blank to find another goal for their side.
Yeah, it's just a wonderful little tap there. Jababy not fast enough to get and deflect it. We head into the next kickoff. Still hypothetically enough time for the Swerve, but you would want to see something right off the kickoff here, as Jay Blank is just going to let it go right there. You just, look at the Swerves there. It seems like they have no momentum in front of the goal there. They were just trying to hop up there to do anything to stop the ball. And the Ghosts just seem to be the ones who are hanging in there the longest in terms of attrition here. Fire is going to be credited with a save there. And you can just see from the activity feed, the Ghosts have been so much busier than the Swerve.
It's important to remember, though, that even if this game goes in favor of the Ghosts, our little scorecard here down in the corner is a little deceiving. It's currently 2-a-side, so the Ghosts will be up to their three-game victory mark. But that is not a guaranteed win, as a reverse sweep is still possible. Perhaps the Swerve calm down a little bit to conserve their energy for the rest of the series, as Rev drives the ball in for another goal for his team.
As Fish would say, that would be the dagger in the heart right there to end any hopes for the Swerve to even it up for this round. This is just going to be a strategy of not getting too careless and leaving their own goal open. They're just going to play right off the kickoff here. They get the better of it. It's just going to go toward the Swerve's goal again. I don't think they're going to be too aggressive here, though. They want to just want to try to, as soon as I say that, they get a demo right up against the Swerve. So what do I know at this point? Jablank getting the demo.
We've got 30 seconds left on the clock. The Swerve have no goals on the scoreboard just yet. They might be able to close the gap just a little bit. 20 seconds remaining. They're not going to be able to score 5 goals, especially now that they are down 1 after that demolition just went out onto one of their players.
10 seconds left. No real opportunity for the Swerves to tie it up here. They are just going to have to go to Game 6 knowing that they're going to have to win 2 in a row to win this series. Ball is going to be grounded. Oh, and well, okay. I mean, sure.
Making sure it's not a 5-0. Nicely done, Sunky.
Yeah, it's nice to get one of those plays in there, to maybe just kind of reset your mindset a little. Not get too tilted. But as it stands right now, the Ghosts prepared to go into the next game. And this is really a very crucial moment for the Ghosts because it has been a while since they have gotten a great performance. They had such a great job in week 2, and then they really just haven't been, like you said, Nerdy, they're a new team. They're looking to find their groove. So getting a win here in this cup against a team that is well established as the Swerves would be such a huge boost for them.
Yeah. But credit where credit's due. The Swerve have been putting up quite the fight here. And I'm interested to see because... Actually, I'm interested to see if we see all 7 games here. The Ghosts are up by 1. And if you're looking at it strictly from that viewpoint, it's still anybody's game. They need to keep the pace and momentum and control they had in the last game alive here, but so far in this first 30 seconds, the side control is more in favor of the Swerve as the clear finally comes out, but it does go directly to Sunky, who passes it to Cran. And now Sunky's going to try and play it around Rev here in the corner. Rev will take it up off the back wall in front of their own goal, drop it down. No teammate was there for the follow-up. Jay Blank does come in finally. Fire playing it off the corner. It is taken away though by one of the members of the Swerve. Jay Blank doing it again, dribbling it in the air. Right in front of the Swerve goal, hits the high corner, and Jababy gets the save.
Rev is going to be credited with the first shot on goal of the game. Jablank saves it as a counterattack from the Swerve is not going to yield the goal. Jablank just waiting back on ground there. And he's going to hand it off to Fire here, but Fire isn't able to get the clear. Instead, the Swerve keep the pressure going. Brown is going to play it off the wall. He's going to leave it for Jababy, but it gets deflected there by Jay Blank right off to the side. Now wide opening here for the Ghosts as they charge back toward the goal. Swerve has to try to rotate back fiercely, and talk about having to rotate back toward your own goal. That's what the Ghosts have to do now, but it's not going to work out for them. Jababy putting the Swerve into the early lead in Game 6.
Would you consider over a minute and a half an early lead? Mid-lead?
It's, you know, when we have matches this long, you start to lose track of time. You know, it all starts to blend together. It's before the half, let's put it that way.
All right, I'll give that to you.
But yeah, it is a good point. You know, these teams have been, with the exception of that last game, the matches have been really close, and considering that there's only been one goal in the first 2 minutes here, both these teams' defense have definitely been on point. We'll see if the Swerves can recover from that last game. It seems they're doing it so far, as they're maintaining side control here. Jababy setting it up. Rev is going to stop that play. Now has the opportunity for the clear, just drives right under it. It is left for Fire, who pushes it around the corner. Jay Blank unable to get the shot on goal there, but here comes Rev there, looking for it, but it just goes off to the left, unable to find a goal.
Rev now rotating back as Jay Blank is trying to see if they can steal the ball away. Fire comes in to help them out. It does get taken though by Cran. Fire comes in with some assistance from Rev. Rev gets a shot on goal, overdrives it though. Now Cran taking the ball up the side, passing it to the, actually no, it was Sunky passing it to Cran at the midfield. They steal the corner boost to make sure Fire does not have enough fuel in their gas tank to do a whole lot of work. Cran now coming in to try and get the ball away. The ball is centered up for them, but Rev shoots it into the corner, prevents the perfect angle from happening.
There goes Rev, though. Actually, Jay Blank was going to be the one to try to set it up there. Fire, the nice play in midfield, stops Swerve from clearing. Now look at Rev here, just a little bit off to the left there, is not going to find the goal. They definitely want to try to find an equalizer here, but Jababy is going to drive it up, but it's just a little bit too high to score a goal. Rev is able to gain control of it back in midfield with a nice elevation there, leaving it for Jay Blank there. Crayon unable to get the clear. Now watch here for the shot to try to tie it up again, but there is no follow-up. And now the Ghosts have to play defense again.
Less than 90 seconds left on the clock. Sunky has the ball here on the Ghost side of the field. Plays it off the wall, trying to center it up for Sunky. Baby comes in instead, doing a similar move, taking out one of the members of the Ghost in the goal. But Jay Blank has the ball, taking down into the Swerve's corner as someone gets demoed and allowing Fire to find the equalizer.
Alrighty. And we just get to see the nice replay there. And that's a great demo by Jay Blank. That still shows that there's a lot of team coordination, even in this late stage of the game, that they are still talking with each other, planning out all of their plays. And the Ghosts now just need one more goal to push themselves into the lead and close out this series. Maybe just might do that here. He's going to try to play it off the backboard there, unable to find the goal. Fire stops at midfield. Can they set up another play here? Not if Crayon has anything to say about that. Actually, Crayon is going to get demoed there. Now respawns.
Turning into Mad Max on this field, crossed a little bit of Rocket League with how many demolitions we've seen come out in the last couple of minutes. That was a lot. Y'all are hungry for some gasoline. Now, we do see Zunky tries to get a shot on goal. Rev perfectly disrupts that one. Now I've got Jababy elevated to get the ball away from the Ghost with a follow-up there from, I believe that was Cran. And another demolition comes out, I believe, onto one of the members of the Swerve as they collide with each other. Unfortunate double commit might be a nail in the coffin for them. The ball is still on the side of the Swerve. The Ghost just have to find the back of the net right before they can.
Whoa, are you
It
kidding
hits
me?
the ground. Oh, that overtime.
If there was just 1 second left on that clock, that would have been it for the Ghosts.
Oh,
They would have had it.
That's just unfortunate. This whole thing is cursed. I'm sorry, Ghosts. I'm sorry, Swerve. I'm sorry, everyone.
I'm sorry, everyone who has had to be a part of this debacle.
It's spooky season. It's just going to happen.
Right now, J-Blank trying to gain back control of the ball. They do have it in the right territory, though, so they can set up a play here. Not if the Swerve clear. Going to force it toward the corner. Baby really contesting with Rev here side by side.
All right, Jem, under or over 2 minutes of overtime?
Oh, I would probably say under, just because these teams have made so many great plays here, and we've already seen a close shot on goal once. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see another one that might turn into the game winner before 2 minutes happen here.
All right, well, I'm going to have to say over 2 minutes. And as I'm saying that, Fire is trying to coax the ball in. Does get taken out, gets a shot on goal. Cran got the save. It's now right above the goal yet again.
There it
and
is.
Fire scores 1 minute, 16 seconds on the clock. So, Jem, my tip I have to you, you definitely called that one right.
I have to credit the players in this particular instance there. I cannot take the credit for that. I mean, the Swerve looked strong against the Ghosts in the series and managed to challenge them, but the Ghosts looked better than they did in the group, and that's going to be a great win for the Ghosts. Kind of a bit of redemption there. And playing great as a team, it was their goal to improve their teamwork there, and that is something they achieved, of course, with the help of Esports Tower. If you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esport industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then you should join Esports Tower. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with their featured rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. All right. That's number 2 of 3. We still have one more best of 7 to go, but we need to take a break here. We will be back with the Octane Cup, and those are the 2 top-ranked teams from last week's group stage facing off. So this is the pinnacle. We're going to see it after this break. Do not go away.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to this broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble, broadcasting to you from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. It's time for our final cup game of the night between last week's two highest-ranked teams, Milford versus the Barracudas in the Octane Cup. I am still your host, Jacob Jem Palmer. Of course, due to this new best-of-7 format that we have seen, the broadcast has gone on for a long bit, and it actually is time for Boise State, since that's where we're broadcasting from, to have a scrim in Overwatch. So Nerdy, being the dutiful team player that they are, had to go off for that, so I will hold down the fort for all of us here. And of course, let's see this match that we are going to see. The two teams that I mentioned, Milford High versus the Barracudas, two of the teams that had the best performance last week. So the Barracudas definitely been an Esports Tower staple, much like the Swerve. We have known them for so long. They speak for themselves. But week 3 was the week that high school teams returned to compete. And Milford High, being a new show, definitely earned a spot in this final cup. Of course, with these two teams being as top-ranked as they are, it's not, entirely something you would expect to say that they need a vice, but I think we could all use a refresher in what makes a good Rocket League game. And that is brought to us in Doc's Keys to the Game. In Rocket League, that's to create mistakes, punish the overcommit, don't overstay, and bump and demo to disrupt. Doc's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Esports Tower. You can score pro advice at esportstower.com. You can improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Let's head in to match number 3, the Octane Cup, the Barracudas versus Milford. Let's get into our last cup game of the night. The Octane Cup is the top 2 advancing teams from the groups facing off in a best-of-7 series. Milford High came into the group stage and absolutely dominated Group B on their way to the match. In fact, they're not even going to let me finish introducing the game before they do a great play here. That's a great play by Patty, setting it up there for their teammate to get the early lead. But anyway, not to discount the Barracudas, they have been improving with this new roster. They managed to go undefeated in Group A last week. Both teams look like they can take the series. So let's find out who will be the first Octane Cup champion. Of course, I do have to point out the great skin flexing that's going on by Milford, showing off that Alpha hat. Remember, that hat is only available to those who participated in the Rocket League Alpha. So either they participated in it or traded with someone who did. Anyway, it is the top way that you want to look. But more than looks, good performance will help too. That's exactly, look at Tragic playing right above 2 members of the Barracudas there. So Milford is going to be able to get into the early lead here. Look at Brooklyn there trying to drive it toward the goal right off the kickoff. It is not going to find it for them, as Enzo is going to try to drive it around the corner. Look at Tragic there, though, was going to try to set up yet another goal for Milford. And Tragic was one of the main playmakers, if you remember, from last week. So definitely someone that you want to watch out for. In terms of Milford, it's their first appearance in the Esports Tower Rumbles. They've looked incredibly strong last week and in this first game. The team is stacked with individual talent, all the players being extremely high-ranked. In fact, Patty is top 19th ranked in the U.S. So you can talk about, all players being top ranked, but being 19th in all of the U.S., that definitely says something. And Milford is saying something, being 2 in the lead right now, as Enzo is going to be left playing defense again. Going to drive it around, try to drive it away from the goal. Barracuda's trying to find some sort of way to stage some sort of offense. But look at Patty there, just dribbling it down in mid-air toward the goal. Not only perfectly air dribbled, but perfectly aimed, because it ends up right in that top right corner. very hard position to defend from. Here we go into the next kickoff, though. 3 minutes, 26 seconds left in this game. Mad March gets a nice tap on that. Now Barracudas try to get back some sort of side control. Setting it up. Enzo might try to get a shot on goal here, but it just goes a little bit off to the left, and they are not going to find that goal. Milford still in a commanding lead. Patty with a nice little pop up there toward the goal. Enzo with a nice save is going to stop it from being a 4-0. But right now, saves are really the only thing that the Barracudas have to their name. 2 demos and 2 saves against the already 5 shots on goal from Milford. Milford has been insane right now as Tragic pushes it toward midfield. It is not going to go into the goal there. Now Enzo trying to make something happen. Patty is stopping them midfield. And look, place off of their own clear towards another shot on goal. So fast around the field. Milford is a complete blur right now. Barracudas are just kind of left fumbling. They were all bunched up around the ball, in fact. Look at their boost. They're basically all alone, only Brooklyn filling up at the last moment there, whereas Milford now needs to refill up on their boost if they want to try to make a play here. They might try to steal some from Barracuda's side of the goal. That might just be a reason why the Barracudas have been so starved this game. Brooklyn manages to pick up the corner, boost their own. Tragic has to play defense there, gets a nice save. But saves do not equal goals. Milford still ahead 3-0 in this match. Here goes Mad March, up the field. Brooklyn is going to try to maintain the side control, but it's been side control with no real huge attempts at shots. They've only gotten 2 shots on goal thus far, Barracudas. And for Milford, a team that has not had a lot of tournament experience, they have looked poised in all of the games that we have seen them thus far. Drav is a substitute out for the Barracudas, not able to play for the team, so that's kind of why you were seeing a little bit of a different lineup for the Barracudas. Right now, Milford still maintaining what we know them for, kind of immaculate play. In fact, they were able to disrupt the Barracudas long enough that the Barracudas weren't able to rotate back to their own goal. It was wide open there, and I don't think the Barracudas are going to be able, really, to score goals as fast as they need to. Mad March is going to push it toward the center of the field. Quez there, someone we know for a long time, kind of a veteran of esports towers, trying to drive it up the field. Gets credited with a shot on goal, but is stopped by Patty again, though. A follow-up by Brooklyn. Finally, Enzo, it took all 3 members of the Barracudas to just get 1 goal here. That's the great job Patty did right there. And then rotating back in to keep playing defense. Tragic tried to save it there at the last moment, but just wasn't able to. But it really took all of them to really score 1 goal against Milford, and that just shows the monolith that Milford is. The Milford monolith. I kind of like the sound of that. And right now, Milford trying to make it 5-1, but unable to find it there. All they need to do is really maintain control of the ball, let that timer tick down. It's going to be right in front of the Barracudas' goal there. Patty has really been kind of the disruptor right now. Has been bumping into the Barracudas a lot, disrupting their plays there. They're going to try to get another shot there, but it's just going to be wide and to the right. Quez is up on the wall. 30 seconds left. Not really enough time there, and a nice save by Patty stops it from being 4-2. That would have really been kind of the only last chance for the Barracudas to have some sort of fighting chance. I think that is going to be the dagger in the heart, if you will, for Barracudas. They're just going to have to leave this first match and just accept that they have a long series ahead of them. Milford looks to take the first win in this in very convincing fashion. 4-1, hits the ground. That confirms it in a few seconds, I would believe, unless they want to try to get too fancy with it. All right, Barracudas, you can't win at this point, you know. Don't try to drag it out. And Milford, don't play with your food, really, okay? Thank you. That is going to be the end of the first match. Milford having a very great victory against the Barracudas. Now, Barracudas obviously need to, improve. I mean, it's hard to say improve because they've been one of the top teams, but Milford's like taking this to another rank. Now, Barracudas have been working hard on improving their team play in the last 3 weeks and have looked their best heading into this game, but their best just might not be good enough for Milford. Milford looks quite unstoppable. I'm just going to take a breather myself as we head into this next game. Right now off the kickoff, Barracudas find themselves defending again. Here goes Enzo, though. Going to try to dribble it up the field, unable to get a goal there. Quez there, getting back control of the ball, passing it over to Brooklyn here. Enzo, that's some nice disrupt by Milford, I had to say right there, because he was nowhere close. Oh, look at Enzo, though. Excuse me, Barracuda's now back into the lead. This is what we were looking for them. Quez plays it off the wall, leaves it open to Enzo, and it's just great foresight by Enzo to see that. Whether it was intentional or Quez just trying to clear off the wall, great play there and read by Enzo to get the first lead. Tragic now trying to get it clear, unable to play past Enzo, so now it's Mad Marsh's turn. Plays it over Brooklyn. Centering it up. He doesn't even need the assist. Mad Marsh is just going to do it himself. That is such an insane angle from way up high. Just dunks it right into the goal. Milford, man, the pure skill on display is so hard, almost insurmountable from them. The Barracudas are certainly going to give it their best try. Patty pushes it up the field, going to be saved by Quez. Follow-up from Tragic off the backboard. Another follow-up from Patty. Again, they're so fast. You can't stop them. Patty was already just rotates back around, goes above Brooklyn, past Enzo, into the goal. Milford is in the lead yet again. Maybe Barracudas could score something off that kickoff, but it certainly doesn't look like that right now. Maybe Brooklyn, though, with a play from Quez. Patty is able to disrupt them, push it off to the side with help of Tragic, who's now looking for the clear. Mad Marsh there credited with the save. Now here goes Patty. Patty playing it underneath Quez, actually. Kind of was able to fake Quez out there. That's a great play. Brooklyn now trying to get the first goal for the Barracudas. Actually, the second goal, excuse me, unable to find it. Milford still leads with 1 goal. Patty is just going to try. It really wasn't in the situation where Patty could have set it up for a follow-up now, so they're just going to bide their time just a little bit more, push it off to the right quarter. Quez picks up the corner boost, stolen away by Patty, though. And Mad Marsh is going to continue the side control. There goes Tragic. Whiffs it, actually. This could be an opening for the Barracudas to tie it up. But look at Patty there with the help from Mad Marsh. Very nice clear. And back over, an opportunity for them to stop any sort of hope the Barracudas had to tie this up. Mad Marsh is going to leave it right in front of the goal. Patty tries. They leave the goal open. But Tragic there. Okay, I wouldn't say that probably was a goal left open. That was just me panicking for a few seconds there. Tragic knew what was going on and had the save locked down. Patty looking for another clear as Enzo looks to try to make something happen here, but Brooklyn is way too far up the field and is going to pay for it. He gets demoed. Opportunity there for Milford to capitalize on this. They get another demo. Is that 3 demos, actually? Is that... Okay, Enzo it looked like Enzo was just chasing back off of them. That was 3 demos in quick order there. That's insane from Milford. They don't even want to play against any team right now. They'll just take out the Barracudas if they have to, if they just want to play solo on this field. Well, here we go for the Barracudas again. Now find themselves 2 down. Tragic just trying to set it up there. Look at Patty again. Another goal. More of the same from our 19th ranked U.S. player there. Just already read that perfectly. Quez can't elevate up. Already in the goal. No place to go. Not a hope. Well, here we go. See, it gets pinched right up toward the ceiling there. Still stays in midfield. Patty has 2 goals right now, so half of the goals counted for Milford have been from their top player, but Tragic doesn't want to be left out either. He'll take his second as well. Milford is just running up the score right now. And I will say it's not as if getting into a lead as big as this isn't, it's not as if it doesn't mean anything. I mean, you can kind of affect the mentality of the other players if you just continue to run up the score like this. I don't know if we'll see anything. I don't see if we'll see Milford pull off a Brazil, but that's certainly in the realm of possibility right now.
Ooh, nice shot there off the crossbar. There is the second for Mad Marsh. 2 for each.
They are really splitting it up quite evenly there. And I know Nerdy said earlier in this broadcast that there has been some couples counseling with the crossbar, if you will, and that was probably the makeup if there ever was one. Crossbar kind of with the assist there, pushing it down into the goal at a very hard to clear angle.
Enzo, okay,
Barracudas, they don't want to be counted out quite yet. Still quite an insurmountable task, but that was a great play off the kickoff there. Just kind of a complete solo play and great disruption there by Brooklyn. Just heading right into Patty, taking out the only person who really could have defended at that point. Barracudas still have a lot of skill. I'll give that to them. Brooklyn trying to play it off the wall, but isn't going to be able to do that. Instead, it's going to be left open for Patty here. Ooh, Tragic is finding himself caught up with Quez, so can't rotate up quite yet. Mad Marsh is going to leave it right in front of the goal there, though. Here goes Mad Marsh again, looking for the goal here. Can he redirect it? Patty is just going to run right into him, actually. Unfortunate kind of misplay there. They're just going to try it yet again, but Quez is going to be there with the save. Patty, though, is not going to be denied their hat trick. That is a great play. And unfortunately, it actually looked like a double commit there, but I'm not going to really sour Milford's mood right now. I mean, they're doing really good, so nothing too much to criticize them on. I'm just still surprised this round is still going. All Milford really has to do is not get too careless there. They just try to score another goal there. It would be quite insane if we got more than one hat trick here. I don't know. Could they pull off a hat trick trifecta? Do they have enough time to even do it? Well, they have 30 seconds. Maybe, just maybe. Mad Marsh would maybe have to get one right there, but Quez isn't going to let him. Just going to stop it right there. I'd say probably about 20 seconds left. Getting close to 10. Zenzo's going to pop it right over. That was a nice effort there along with that demo, but not going to work. Oh, nice for Quez, though. That's a nice little play there. That's a nice little chip shot if there ever was one. Sees that Mad Marsh and Patty had already, both of them committed there, so they were already too far off in no man's land to turn around there, but due to the massive lead built up by Milford, it is going to be the end of that round. And there we go. Well, look at Quad. Look at the Barracudas. You know, they still might have a chance here, and I certainly hope that they can make a better showing, because they have been one of the top teams. It's just that this out of nowhere team from Milford have just been blazing right into the Octane Cup and are not going to be stopped by any means here. Well, I do have to wonder also for the Barracudas if it just isn't an also factor of just Drov not being able to make it. Now, I'm not trying to discount their substitute, but sometimes that does make a difference. Who you're used to playing with has to just kind of leave at the last moment, and you're left to try to pick up the pieces. And in a team that's as polished against Milford, I would not be surprised if just a little bit of friction communication-wise could be all the difference for the Barracudas. I do have to shout out whoever was setting up this match and whoever was being the spectator, if you will. I do have to say, this is the first match I have ever seen that I can remember in Esports Tower, or even Boise State broadcast, where they actually took the effort to match the arena colors with the school colors. We see Barracudas in the orange representing Esports Tower, Milford in their school's red. This just brings me so much happiness design-wise. But Milford would certainly be a lot more happy, not just admiring the colors, but getting a goal here. But Barracudas have been good in the fact that they've let half a minute pass without any sort of goal being scored. So Patty's going to try to change that right now, but it's just a bit too far up for a goal to be scored. Mad Marsh there keeping the side control going. That's something that the Barracudas have really kind of been struggling with. Patty there with a nice shot. It's going to bounce off the backboard. Still be credited with a shot on goal. Enzo gets the first save.
I can learn to understand you much better.
Many more to follow, though. Ooh, nice breakthrough there by Brooklyn. Could get the first goal here. Quez is waiting in the wings, but Mad Marsh is just too quick up into the air and steals it away from them. And, ooh, looked like that might have been a goal, but just a little bit too wide to the right. Tragic is going to be trying to set it up for their teammates, but Patty, this isn't quite right in the, oh, look at this shot though, right off the crossbar, down into the goal. Probably about almost as perfectly aimed as you could have asked for it. Okay, it was on the margins a little, but there is something to be said about playing it off the crossbar, because if you can just get it to just shoot right down toward the ground, then it's really hard to react if you're the defending team to a shot like that. So great play from Patty. First goal of this game. It's game 3, and Milford might already be driving it toward a match point. We'll just have to see if the Barracudas can tie this up. Was around the corner, taken away by Mad Marsh. Patty elevating up, stops it, leaves it for Tragic to maybe waterfall it down into the goal. It's just a little bit too far off to the left. Milford still maintains their lead, but they would now start to like getting some insurance goals. Look, you're not allowed to do that, Patty. You're already driving way past the goal. And then you know what? I'm just gonna do a little bit of a backwards flick right into the goal. That's just, ugh. It's just filthy from Patty right now. Insane what Milford can do. Patty just isn't going to be content leaving it there. Probably wants to get another hat trick. They probably saw Brooklyn's alpha hat there, and they're saying, you know, hey, that's nice, but it's no actual hat trick. You can wear, you know, the cosmetic hat, but we'll get, when it comes to gameplay, we'll have all the hats that we want. There goes Tragic pushing it up toward the goal. Just a little bit too far off to the right. Leaving it for Patty, though, but Quez there, what a play there. He was just rocketing in there at the last possible nanosecond and was able to save it. Not going to let it go to a 3-0. Enzo, a nice save there, pushing off to the side. But again, it's really only been saved for Barracudas. Look at their activity fade. They have one lowly save and no offense whatsoever. So the side control, the Barracudas, you know, they just have to try to get one clear. There's the hat trick we were talking about. So good for you, Patty. Nice job. I'm going to go back to trying to give the Barracudas some advice here. You know, it takes one big clear. And maybe one of the things to remember was kind of one of Doc's old keys to the game, which was clear the ball at angles. You know, sometimes when you just clear the ball straight down all the way across the field, it just leaves it wide open for the other team to clear it back right towards you. So maybe if the Barracudas start using the wall and maybe try to get some cheeky angles there, they can outplay Milford. Just maybe. But it's still a very tall task to ask. Patty is going to be unable to clear it, though. Opportunity for the Barracudas here. Brooklyn there is going to try to set it up toward the goal, but the ball gets way too much altitude. And there goes a nice clear from Milford. They're going to try to follow up on it. Oh, nice play from Enzo. Just, oh. You're not even going to let me compliment Enzo there, Patty. You're just going to go and get your fourth goal. I see how it is. You're not even going to let me put any sort of glowing endorsement toward the Barracudas. Okay, fine. Whatever. You got your fourth goal. Are you happy with yourself? I mean, sure, you're getting the victory, but at what cost to your own humanity is what I have to really ask here. Well, Mad Marsh is certainly, Patty's just going to say, I'm willing to pay whatever. It means going 5-0. Tragic sets it up again. Quez, nice save there. Now it's up to Enzo and Quez. Actually, they're going to leave it over to Brooklyn to try to play it past Milford. And yeah, that clear just didn't materialize at all. And a demo onto Barracudas as well is going to leave Milford with an advantage. It's left to Brooklyn. Quez respawns. Nice play from Enzo and Brooklyn.
until Quez could jump back in the game. Ooh, but it is so unrelenting. I would wager probably, when this is all said and done, probably 4+ minutes of side control, solid side control from Milford. It's just that good. And a little bit kind of a revenge there from Enzo. And hey, there's the goal. You see, this is the problem with the Barracudas. It's like they can score goals, but it's usually way at the end of the match. And Milford has already built up a 4 to 5 goal lead. And I don't know, it would have to be right off the kickoff here. It's theoretically within the possibility, but I don't really see it. We'll just have to see here. Yeah, I really think this is just going to go to a match point. Ball still in center field. Patty gains control of it. Plays it off the wall. That was my advice to the Barracudas, Patty. Stop listening in. We're trying to strategize here. All right, now it's just 10 seconds left. Barracudas might score a goal there, but it just whipped past Milford's goal so fast that it just wasn't to be. Sure. And it, why not? Nice job. You're very impressive. Way to go. Of course, I'm not the one actually playing there, and Milford deserves all the praise. They are right now undefeated. We have to play out this last second here. It's just a formality. And there we go. Just do not, please, Milford. Do not. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. At least they didn't try to be too showy there. I don't know really what there is to say that I haven't already said here. Milford just seems to all around just have such, not only such great individual skill, but ability to be able to work as a team. They are at match point. I really see no reason to prolong this any longer. I think Milford is very much on the track to, in their first week, getting the victory in the Octane. It's just, it's the team out of nowhere. You know, when Esports Tower thought, you know, hey, maybe it's going to be a nice shakeup, you know, to bring back in high school teams, you know, get some of that school spirit back into the game. I don't think they realize the box that they opened. You know, it's not Pandora's box, it's Milford's. And it is so unrelenting. The side control still on the side of Milford. 30 seconds in. Barracuda's going to try and make a play here, maybe try to get an early lead. Enzo there. It's just off to the right. That's really unfortunate. Brooklyn, though, with the follow-up. There you go. That's what I'm looking for here. It is a feeding frenzy with the Barracudas, and they are ready to bite back. Nice play there, Tragic. Tried to rotate in, didn't quite have enough time. Now, shot off the kickoff here. I'm just saying, Barracudas, this is the momentum that you need here. Brooklyn trying to elevate up, but isn't going to be able to do it. Off the crossbar. Brooklyn continuing to push it up the field. Oh, no! Whoa, that was some major acrobatics there with that dribble, but of course Patty was able to stop it. Now Quez plays it off the corner. It's going to be centered again. There goes Enzo. Nice stop there. Look at Patty, though. Watch out here! Oh. Good shot there. Nicely done. Equalizer found, and oh, that's so unfortunate. Both Quez, Quez, he was so close. He was so close. It was just a 1/10 of a second off. But with the shot being that fast, it's really hard to defend from something like that. Got to give Quez, though. He's been pretty good in the saves. He is a player that we know, and a player that is going to put Barracudas back in the running, pushing them back to a 2-1 lead. And I am almost shocked at what I'm seeing here. Did Milford actually rotate up too far and leave the goal open? Is that really what happened right now? I'm stunned. Well, maybe this is them faltering a little bit. We have been talking, these best of sevens have really been putting teams' ability to hang in there to the test. Quez, unfortunately for him, is going to be demoed. Now respawns, picks up some boost. Patty is going to put that demo to good use, but look at Quez being able to kind of get the hat trick of saves, if you will. Has 3 saves to his name right now. Barracudas, with 2 minutes past, managing to maintain a 2-1 lead. Over looking for the equalizer. Look at Brooklyn, though! They made it a 3-1 lead! This is great! Oh, this is great stuff here. This is a match now. And Patty and Tragic just off to the left. Mad Marsh, looks like he was just kind of we're trying to reposition from just kind of falling back down from the air. Not in a position to save, that's for sure. Now here goes Brooklyn again. It's going to push it off to the quarter. Ooh, wide open goal. Patty is able to stop any sort of nonsense from that situation. Here goes Tragic, pushing it towards. Ooh, nice save there by Brooklyn. Right in front of the goal. Patty stops that midfield. It's going to leave it for Tragic here. Back over to Patty and just the passing. So immaculate. Okay, back to midfield. Enzo is not going to let Patty push it up the field. Patty's going to try again, though. Tragic actually in the corner. Patty is probably going to pass it back over to him with the centering. Tragic actually has to rotate in after realizing it's not going to be left where he wants it to be. Brooklyn over to Quez, toward the goal, off the backboard. Follow-up just off to the left. Great effort there from the rear. Oh, another follow-up here? Oh, not quite. Not quite. You know, really is impressive, actually, when you think about it. Look at the differential between Milford and the Barracudas right now. Milford has 12 shots on goal. The Barracudas have only 5. And yet Barracudas lead 3-1. If this is where the defense, this is the point where the Barracuda's defense is really giving them sort of a second life here right now, because it is so hard to face relenting onslaught. Look at Patty there with a nice disrupt onto Quez, just ran right into him, but it's not going to be enough. Quez hits a bicycle there, but still no kind of insurance goal for Barracudas. They have to watch out here for Mad Marsh, and it's going to be Brooklyn, actually. Now, Brooklyn has kind of been a player in his own right there, making a lot of plays along with Quez. Of course, Enzo being a very kind of dependable third option for them, if you will. And there goes Tragic, setting it right. How did that not? How did that not? Well, okay, Mad Marsh is going to say we deserved that. It was due for us. So there you go. That's just so many crazy angles there. Enzo, oh, almost with a great goal, but it was Patty who just kind of was up in the top of the goal and pushed it back toward the ground to stop that clear from going forward. But a great opportunity, great try at a save there. Tragic, can he get the equalizer there? Not quite has anything to say about it. Maybe again, follow-up. Ooh, it's tied up again. Ooh, it's been a valiant effort for the Barracudas, but the feeding frenzy might be over. Instead, it might be fish for dinner at this point. We'll just have to see. I realized there I did not mean to slight my caster friend Fish right now. So apologies to that. I'm talking specifically about mascots here, not about gamer tags. Right now, 30 seconds left. Here we go. Tragic setting it up, is going to be able to, oh man. Nice job from Milford. Oh, it was such an exciting try too from the Barracudas, but oh man. Yeah, where's my side of chips here? Because I think I know what the dinner's going to be tonight, as Milford just has to maintain control of this. Less than half a minute in this match. Match point for Milford, and that's the final. That is the final end there. Well, it was a nice try. Okay, I don't want to be too pessimistic here. There still is a chance off this kickoff. You know, we do see some great kickoff goals here. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but the Barracudas have to win this. They have to win this. They slightly did, and now they didn't. So there you go, 10 seconds left. Milford, you know, being the shooting stars, if you will. First week, first tournament, and one more goal. Why not? That is most definitely going to do it. Tragic just, what a redirect there. Insane. Insane! Insane, and the end of game. We thought this series would be close. Well, okay, the script writers, whoever wrote that, thought the series would be close. After the first game, I had my doubts. Milford came out and was undefeated against the Barracudas. They looked incredibly strong as a team, and they are the winners of the Octane Cup. That is going to do it. Okay, I said that's going to do it. Okay, Quez, good for you. I like that. Quez being the one to, kind of at the end just put a little bit of pride back in the Barracudas. And I think they will be back in the next few weeks with revenge on their minds, because this was such a stomp. Milford High with the win, 4-0. That is one of the biggest stomps we have seen in a finals in a while here at the Esports Tower. Well, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights with our featured rumbles. Recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro and land a collegiate scholarship. Well, that is going to really do it for us tonight. It's the time where we name the ICCU player of the game. If I have to give it, well, okay, you could give it to any member of Milford High if you wanted to. That would be the easy way, but sometimes the easy way isn't always the noble way. I would have to say maybe, either I would maybe actually give it to Brooklyn, actually. It seemed like Brooklyn was such a playmaker for the Barracudas. When they needed to get back in the fight, Brooklyn would be able to make these insane plays and really helped propel the Barracudas to that early lead they had. But it's actually going to be H-Man, it looks like. Oh, it's the spooky season, as Nerdy was fond of saying, so it's still Ghosts and Goblins for everyone here. But great performance nonetheless, and it's kind of nice to be able to give it to one of the teams who performed in the Breakout Cup, because the Breakout Cup was for the teams that kind of placed at the very low end of the group stage. So giving one of them a chance to not only get a victory in a tournament game, but also just a player of the game can be really great. And I expect a lot more from the Falcons and Vipers going forward. Player of the game brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. H-Man is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. Well, that I would normally ask here that if there's any big takeaways. I think the main takeaway is fear Milford. That's the only thing. When you see them against yourself in the bracket, run for the hills, or don't run for the hills, study some VODs and become better, because we definitely saw some life from the Barracudas. And I hope we see more strong performances from all the teams going forward. This week was jam-packed with exciting moments, with new standout players and new high schools showing their strength. It was exciting from start to finish. This new format brought us a lot of great games and close matchups all the way, and managed to wear out both my and Nerdy's voices along the way. But we will be excited to see how it evolves. Join us next week for Week 4 of the Fall Rumble season. But for now, we'll leave you with the top 5 plays of the game, brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team to join out there. Reach out to them at iGuard Gaming and Twitch. That'll do it for us tonight. Enjoy the top 5 plays.